Guys, in a boat ride. We're giving away free boat rides today. We're trying to get, what do you guys call yourself, African Americans to back to Africa. You know, where you're from.
Man, I'm from here. What the hell are you talking about?
And that's how we're supposed to take phone calls for our 100th episode? That's how we're supposed to take phone calls? Do not do? That's supposed to help us? That's the phone line. Are you moving to fix it or get out? It should be one or the other right now. Then get the out. Then go home. Get the out and go home.
I was at my friend's house. She's a lesbian, single mother. And she goes, I want to go to the bathroom. She goes, and she has a 5-year-old. She goes, can she watch her pee? Because she needs to see what a penis looks like before it's too.
What?
Yeah,
What?
She doesn't want the first penis she sees to be
That
like
The
first
one going into her mouth?
Yeah.
Dude, why would she choose yours?
Yeah.
But this is what she said. She was like, why does it come out of that thing? And I was like,
Hold on. Oh, wait, she
You let the kid watch you pee?
I know.
You let
Oh my
the kid
God.
watch you pee?
You gotta start with the story.
There's always a lot of like hate, pain in the world, and there's always a bunch of terrible stories. And every once in a while, there's a good story. Kobe Bryant is a god. I'm here in Charlotte.
It's burning out my eyes, my light in my eyes. It's now burning. I can't see it's turning me to a blind.
It's turned into a blind man.
To a blind man, yeah.
Oh my God, that's not good. You must learn to see, learn to figure out how to see what is coming forward in life.
So I'll be Daredevil.
What?
I see with my ears.
I don't think you caught the metaphor that I was laying down.
Oh,
It's okay. I will take the realistic and realism approach any day,
okay.
because that is the way that we truly find the heroes of the world. And it's what Stan Lee did, and it's what we have to do too. We do it every single day. And we'll continue to do it here today with another episode of the Squish Your Logic podcast, the show where two comedians sit down and chat some interesting poopy feces.
Excelsior.
I can't say, how do you say it? Feces.
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 I can't say it.
Feces.
I am your comedic babyface and everybody's favourite Kd Hinken, joined us all by that beautiful voice you heard a moment ago.
Yep.
You tell them what your name is this week.
My name's Nathan Parish. I have many voices. Not all of them are in my head. Some of them come out on occasion when I'm doing a show.
they come out. Yeah, they definitely come out.
They definitely come out.
But then you can tuck them away back in your anus when you
That's
want
true.
to.
Yeah.
Just like most people do with anal beads
Yeah.
or fingers.
I do with
Evidence.
voices.
You do with voices?
Because voices come out one way, but they've got to go in the other way. It's the exact opposite of the way that food works. And people don't realise that. If you don't have a butthole, it's actually very hard for you to understand what people are saying in a lecture.
Yeah. In any manner.
In any manner, yeah.
You could be at a discotheque and
You
still
could.
wouldn't understand them.
You could.
Sign language is a whole other story.
Yeah.
Doing it from your butthole.
Yeah.
What do you do, Bateri? Is that a whole other word on its own?
Oh, that's an acoustic bonus. You can feel the vibrations in the hairs.
Would that be a bad? I don't feel like that'd be a bonus. I feel like that would make it harder.
That's how you get. You know, that's like you've actually got like hairs in your ears and stuff as well that you can pick up vibrations as well. They do.
I suppose you're
yeah.
kind of right there. I suppose it makes sense that hair would do that. Hair's amazing.
Hair's fucking cool, man. There's so many uses for hair. You can turn it into porcupine spikes. You can turn it into hedgehog spikes. You can turn it into claws. You can turn it into teeth. You can turn it into all sorts of
Horns.
shit. Yeah, horns.
Mm-hmm. One thing you can't turn it into.
What?
I don't know, I'm asking you.
Love.
Diamonds.
You
Love
can turn
and
it into diamonds. It's carbon.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can. You just compress it for long enough.
Yeah, well, I am
It's
not
almost-
here.
There's so many things you can turn into diamonds. You can turn, food into diamonds. You can
Turn my interest into diamonds because as soon as you press it a little bit, it'll
Yeah.
be gone.
You can turn wood into diamonds. You can turn people into diamonds. You can turn everything into diamonds.
Oh, I would be you know what?
How
when I
rad would it
die,
be to be turned into a diamond?
I'd be a diamond.
How awesome would that be?
You know what? Someone would look at me though and assume that I'm one of those man-made ones.
Yeah, you
Which
would
suppose
be.
You are, yeah.
You would be. Yeah.
Literally man-made.
You'd be a man-made diamond, but you'd be a man-made diamond.
Yeah. Well, no, you're man-made.
Man-made man diamond.
man diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
my
then
rapper name from now on.
Man-made man diamond.
Just man diamond.
Man diamond.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shortened version.
Yeah, man diamond.
Uh,
What's your
Man
first name?
Diamond.
Man-made
Diamond.
man diamond.
man diamond. Man diamond. I smite thee with my coin. Man diamond.
I reckon that's a
man
fucking baller
diamond.
rapper name.
I like it too.
Next up on stage, you best give it up to this guy, because he's for real. He's a player, y'all. Hear it up for Man Diamond.
We're going to be talking today about a particular comedian. I won't obviously make the point yet.
Yeah.
And part of what he did, to give people an idea, is something called The Amazing Racist.
Yeah.
And ironically, what you just did then, I totally could have been on that show.
Probably could have
Your
been.
stereotypical voice of a, I'm assuming a black man.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think
a
it
black man. That's not the only black man I do.
My main issue is that
I've got all sorts of black men. There's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I don't know if he counts, really.
He does count.
You'd have to ask, like, I don't know.
He used to play basketball and used to wrestle as well. So he's got the sports acumen.
Like Rick Glassman.
Yeah.
He's playing basketball
And
too.
then
He's definitely black.
Slightly over from deGrasse Tyson, you have Obama.
Well, there's a debate about how black he is, though.
Well, that's the thing. Is it do you count a man as black if he's a half white, half black? If it's two different parents. I mean, as far as I can be sure, the racists sure do. And I'm not a racist, so maybe not.
Oh, you can't. How can you be? How could Barack, the long-legged Mac Daddy, how could he be racist?
Well,
a horrific person, he can be, but a racist, no.
No.
I mean, apparently he did some bad things.
Every president's done bad things.
I've always said
that's what happens when you become president. You do bad things.
I suppose
and it's the lesser of two evils, usually. It's like, what are we going to do? We're going to do this or this?
Everything you do is going to be a bad thing to one side, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck them all.
Yeah.
Better than being in England and having the Tories in power. And fuck yeah, Tories, because it seems as though we're creeping over to...
writing's on the wall, hopefully.
Yeah, man. Labour taking over.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a big Labour fan, but I'm anything that isn't Tories right now.
You see, I have this theory that one of the reasons why democracy works is because...
Well, why it's supposed to work.
Yeah, is because you can change people out when you need to. Because after a certain amount of time, any government in power starts to act like it's never going to end, and they can do whatever the fuck they want.
But you can swap people out, but you can't really just swap out the party.
No.
Without voting.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you what you need to do every so often is just change government.
Yeah.
Regardless, just because you need to get those people out, because they start to get this fucking sense of, oh well, we're in power and nothing's ever going to change. We're the best, and I can do whatever I want, and I don't have to act in a way that's decent or claim things that are reasonable. No, I'll fucking claim a dock pond. I'll claim £12.50 for flowers I bought for my mother. I'll all this kind of shit.
There's this one mayor, or I can't remember what town it was, somewhere in America, and she's like bankrupting the place by doing like nightly parties and stuff.
Yeah, and then just charging it all to the fucking the
and they
government
voted
credit
in,
card.
and they're complaining. It's like, oh, sorry, you kind of put this on yourself.
Yeah, you
knew.
voted this motherfucker in.
It's like voting in Crackhead Barbie.
Crackhead Barbie, you're gonna get Crackhead Barbie.
You know
parties.
what you're getting. She
Yeah.
was amazing when I saw her. Like, I did not she was doing whiteface. I was offended.
Yeah.
Highly offended. It wasn't
Highly
white enough. I saw her nips. That offended me more,
I'll tell you what, Florida is turning up in everything I'm looking at the moment for some reason. Okay. Florida just keeps on appearing. For some reason, it's like Florida's drawing me towards it. Taylor Swift has made a new song called Florida.
Whoa!
What
hasn't she made a song?
Matilda's been playing it, and I've just been thinking Florida.
I mean, I was watching Eurovision.
Yeah, it's a similar quality.
Yeah.
Similar level.
Not
similar bar.
At no point was I watching it thinking, I wish I lived there at any of the other places.
No. It's not that I wish I lived there. It's just
I didn't even think it when I saw Britain.
There's something fascinating.
That was our home already.
There is something fascinating about Florida. Like there's there's something about a place that is so full of old people so close to alligators that just says something, you know?
Yeah.
Your
It's a
average
crazy place.
pensioner does not want to deal with fucking gators, but for some reason,
How do they do?
in America, that's a, you know, oh, that's fine. I don't mind dealing with the gators. It's the people I don't like.
I mean, I can understand that concept, though. To be honest, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine like. Well, I was talking about this the other day, though, like the British version of where people go for like, well, not necessarily British, but
Oh, down south,
well, more like
Cornwall, Devon.
near place. It was still somewhere foreign,
Yeah.
but it was like more Europe, I guess.
Oh, right. Spain is usually a big one.
Spain?
Italy, France, less so. Usually it was Spain just because Spain was a lot cheaper.
I mean, Spain's like this kind of this destination to go on holiday for
Yeah.
stop for British people.
Yeah.
Even like a beef.
I've never been on a Spain holiday.
Never been to Spain.
No.
It's the only place I've been.
Yeah.
The only place I've been
There you go.
outside the UK. I've been to Tenerife and and main Spain, Mallorca.
Yeah.
Tenerife. I went to the Rock of Gibraltar.
Ooh, what was
So
that like?
That was the place where I told you about, where I got I walked in, it was raining, and I got glass in my breakfast.
Oh yeah. Fuck
That
yeah.
was that place.
Jesus.
So it was great. It felt just like home.
The only places I've ever been is I've
Monkeys.
been to Budapest
What?
in Hungary. Because that's a cheap place to go and get fucked up, basically. And we were all a group of lads who'd just turned 18, and we were all going to go out and get fucked up. So
Prague, a great place for that.
Prague.
Prague.
Ah.
We were going to go for college, but it just shocker, it didn't end up happening.
Yeah.
We went like
No, we did it.
somewhere.
We went over. If I could tell you what, Budapest is a fucking amazing city. It is amazing. And one of the most amazing things about it, I think I've said on this before, is like there's two different sides to the city. One's called Buda, one's called Pest. Right? And one side of it is literally these beautiful, ornate, old school buildings. The other side of it is all concrete, giant Soviet blocks. And like they've still got the bullet holes in the fucking buildings.
I've seen some of that recently because the program I watched,
again.
program I watched, Race Against the World. They were going through all those places. I got to China. They were supposed to go through that, but then I got rerouted last minute. They weren't allowed to go through China for some reason.
Yeah.
But before I forget, though, we were just talking about like places to go and get drunk in Britain and Spain and that.
Yeah.
Did you hear where it's become alcohol free now? That people go to get drunk. Madrid and Ibiza.
After 9:30, isn't it, on the beaches?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I heard it was just go. Then again, I didn't read much of the whole thing.
No, yeah. As far as I'm aware, it's like originally you could just drink as long as you wanted, but they've literally said, right, after 9:30, that's it. You stop fucking drinking now.
I mean, that would still put a lot of people off, though, because 9:30, that's like...
That's pretty early for a night out.
Well,
but it's specifically on the
exceptionally
beaches
early.
as well. It's like, you know...
Oh, so not everywhere else, then.
Yeah.
In the nightclubs, you can still go and... Oh, because I thought that was going to destroy their nightlife, but...
It's, if anything, it's going to force more people into the nightclubs, which I think is probably what they're actually trying to do, sneakily.
That's a good shout, actually. Yeah, if you're going to get drunk, come into the places to do, which is fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you keep that shit away from this. It's probably making quite a mess on the beaches, too.
I can imagine it's fucking horrible. Used Johnnies everywhere.
Oh, you can bury that, that's fine.
Yeah, but a kid's going to pick that up and put it in a sandcastle.
Definitely. The one place I've never got to have sex, and it's a place that is very hard to...
I don't want to have sex on a beach.
Oh, I just want to mark it off,
No, why? You stand the opportunity of getting sand on your cock and then into a vagina, and that is not going to be fun for either party.
Well, I mean, I don't have the vagina, so I don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, but it's going to be on your cock.
Yeah, I know, but if
grinding
it goes in the
against
end,
you.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's still to mark it up, even if you just dip in, dip out.
And just
run
say,
into the
there we
sea.
go, we've done it.
Yeah, run into the sea, wash off, you're good. Carry on in the sea.
That's a terrible idea.
Banging in any kind of water is always dangerous.
It's a really bad idea.
It can kill them.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
It can kill them.
You can
They
get toxic shock.
Well, not even just that. They can die in their bath by sticking a cucumber up there and making an air bubble. It can go up in the wrong place. Honestly, it can kill them.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I saw it on one of those, crazy ways to die kind of things.
Yeah.
That was just one that, not surprisingly, stuck in my head. Oh, I don't know why. I'm going to put my phone on silent.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hint.
have to do that. It's fucking ridiculously loud. That was.
I made myself cough with my own awesomeness.
Sure you did.
I do it all the time. It's natural for me. It's a natural epidemic of my usual crib.
Cool.
I don't know what that means.
I liked
but
it.
I
don't care what it means.
I'm trying to.
Honestly, don't care what it means.
The
Just
vamp,
happy that
not
it
vamp.
happened.
Trying to. I've got plenty to tell you today, though. We're going to
Okay.
be doing a first of what we mentioned before. We got like the tech kind of ongoing series now,
Yes.
which won't only be about AI. It's just
I
a
want
lot of
to. I
stuff
want to talk
interesting
about
AI.
actually. Can we do a little
We can do an
brief
update.
thing?
We can do an update.
Yeah. Because what I did is I started looking
But
through.
before we go into that, though, I'm just clarifying.
Oh
as well.
yeah, sorry, yeah.
What we are doing now as well, which we're doing the first of today, will be a comedian case file where we look
Yeah.
at the darker side of a particular comic. This one for the initial one will be the I forgot what I said now.
Ari Shaffir.
No, not that. As in the program that I mentioned. he
Oh,
was
the
on.
Amazing Racist.
The Amazing
Yeah,
Racist.
yeah.
That's it. And Ari Shaffir, of course. So yeah, fucking.
But
Continue with your
yeah,
update.
I
with your
think
tech
another
stuff.
one we could do as well is Richard Pryor. There's so much
I don't know
dark
too
shit
much about
happening
that.
in the background of Richard Pryor, and Richard Pryor is one of my favourite comedians of all
That might be
time.
one for you to do then.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Same as Ari Shaffir is one of my favourite comedians of all time. So that goes to show.
And you might want to hold that back because there was some stuff that I discovered I didn't know about in this.
All right.
And it's a bit like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah,
Well,
the
again,
little
something
AI
to do,
update. And what I've been looking at is things that I could use to do more post-apocalyptic metal treehouse stuff, and specifically stuff that isn't like computer generated. Like it's not something where you just put in a prompt and get what you want and work from there.
Yeah.
I'm actually working. I want to work with my own stuff, but make it work in a way that's interesting, right?
Right.
And there's one thing. It's from a game developer. And it's an animation tool. So 3D animation is my kind of animation, realistically, because it's what I know how to do using
I thought
the
that from
3D
the
rigs.
what was it? I think you did the Mattress Man. The flying Mattress
Yeah,
Man.
well, that was taken out of someone else's thing. That wasn't mine.
Well, I'm only learning this now.
Yeah. So that was rotoscoped out of a different video and put into that one. That took way too long, and it's one of the reasons why I stopped doing Ad Breaker for a bit, because it just.
I don't know what that means.
Ad Breaker for me should be something I should be able to finish in a day.
Well, you just got to figure out the perfect formula in that case.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I know what the formula is now. The formula is under 3 minutes, and it's, as I say,
Streamlined to doing it all done,
Yeah.
so you can get it out. as easy
yeah,
as possible.
yeah. Well, I've got most of it set up and ready to go now. What I need is stock file. I mean, the process, as I say, I can do it in a day.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, anyone's where I'm going to be doing like ridiculous amounts of CGI work to it, I'm just not going to do anymore.
It's not worth it a lot of the time.
It's not worth it.
That's the kind of stuff that, like, that's what I was saying with that video I did. I won't say what company for.
Yeah.
But like I put a lot more effort and time into that than I would do on the general videos.
Yeah.
You pull that out when you need to.
Yeah.
Like, but then generally speaking, you put in as much time as you're paid to, or as you're gonna get out of it.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
As long as, like, for that kind of thing, when you're making the whole thing, it's the other stuff I think is more important than what you. As long as they're seeing something, people are happy.
Yeah.
We like colours. Put
Colours
something
and
in front of
sounds.
us. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
happy.
I just need to do as many jokes as I can in 3 minutes. Like, write 6 minutes worth of jokes, cut it down to the best ones, put that in, and call it a day. That's what I need to do with that. But anyway, when it comes to the 3D animation, I know how to make a model. I know how to rig a model. I know how to put it all together. But animating stuff gets really difficult because what you've got,
when I've done it.
yeah, what you've got is you've got the rig part, so you can move the arm, but the arm will just sort of move back and forth like that on a rig, and then you've got to change the elbow position to where you want it to be for what they're trying to do.
You're basically just like, it's like posing a computer generated toy.
Yeah.
And then you can animate it to what you need to do, like frame by frame.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Well,
It's such a
you don't
piss
have to do it
out.
necessarily frame by frame. You can do sort of the major frames of what the
And then
main
fill in
rig-
the middle.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
fill in the middle bits, make that a bit quicker, and then you got to do it again because it's not going to be quite right, and then you got to do it again.
So you always have to check them afterwards,
Yeah.
though, because it's never.
It's never quite right, and then
Yeah.
you've got to tweak where the sort of the fingers are, and then you've got to tweak the face to be just right, and there's so much shit that goes in that people don't realise in an animation system.
I mean, they should do. If you think about it, literally every single frame.
Every single
You have to check every frame, basically.
and also every single fucking film uses this shit. But there's only a set group of people who know how it works.
Is there another team of them? When you got a team of them,
Yeah.
it takes fucking ages to animate shit.
But here's the thing: this new software, you don't.
Yeah, if it works as well as
No,
they
it
say,
does. It's brilliant.
Ah.
It's genuinely, because what it does is it uses the AI and sort of, looks at other animation patterns and things like that, and you give it the keyframes, and then it does all of the in-between work.
Yeah.
All of the sort of posing and positioning. It goes like, well, naturally, this arm would want to move in this position to here, and this would want to move like this, and it gives you something that is ready to do the final touches to.
So it actually does what it's supposed
So
to
it
do.
actually
initially.
does what you've always thought
Yeah,
animation software should fucking do.
Yeah.
And it's incredible, and it's free.
Oh, okay.
And I cannot wait to fucking use it. And it works with Blender, which is also free. So I could do a full 3D animated set
So
of
it's not somebody-
post-apocalyptic metal
okay, yeah.
treehouse, and I could do the full animations with it, and then I could potentially do it all that way.
Well, if it's free, then that's the main thing right there.
That's
isn't
it, yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to
Whatever
spend
makes it quicker
ages
as well.
rendering it in a difficult way, because there's things like Unreal Engine 5 out there now, and you can use Unreal Engine 5, put all of these animations in with the cameras, run it like a cutscene in that level of graphics with the ray tracing and shit working,
Yeah.
and just copy and paste that shit out. That's all you need to do.
I don't quite understand everything you said there, but
Yeah. But there's more things to this as well. There's another one which does this. When you sort of do like a slightly 3D image in like an After Effects program or like any kind of CG working.
you kind of
program.
make it look. Well,
So it starts off there and it sort of turns slightly, and there's like maybe rocks and stuff in the background and some in the foreground, and
Yeah,
then it
like
sort of
3D
turn around a little
TVs
bit.
and shit.
Yeah, like it's not moving much, but it's moving like say that much.
That's like window effect.
Yeah, that can take hours and hours to do,
Can you imagine?
right? There's a thing out there that allows you to do it in one click.
It's also bad though because it's all that stuff is just gonna like the whole like you're saying there's only certain people that could do it because it's like a skill.
Yeah.
The whole learning a skill is just gone.
But this is the thing. To me, this is what AI is good for, because it's not actually removing a person's ability to work. It is just making it so much easier for the artist to do what they want to do.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it's so easy to the point that you could just create everything without having to actually create a single thing yourself.
Oh no, because that's why I like these ones, because you have to put the image in first. You have
But
to
you can
make
still
an
create
image.
that image
You
on
could
a
create
generator.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
This is the problem. Once you start then getting into using generators and things like that, I then have a problem with it. 'Cause I'm like, this shit is bullshit. You're not an artist.
Yeah, that's exactly where we're
Yeah.
going. People want to be lazy.
Yeah.
I get it.
But the other side of it is also, if you do have an artistic piece that you want to do that thing on, that you've worked on yourself, you can now do that in one click.
Yeah.
And I think that is brilliant. And I think that the ability to be able to model and animate a 3D animation is also brilliant.
It's cool.
But again,
being able to
there
do that
are
stuff.
these things out there that can just allow you to do a prompt and get something.
Mm.
And that's not art.
It's not art, but if you're using it in the right way, then make stuff easier. Like for guerrilla stuff, like for grassroots, like us trying to get noticed, like it makes certain things to do easier because we're literally having to do the job of a team to try and get our stuff noticed.
Yeah.
So it helps in that sense.
Yeah.
Still feels like cheating though.
It does.
It does. Yeah.
There's a little bit of me that goes like, well, this feels far too easy, and in a way it is.
If it's menial stuff though, the stuff that you can do, but it's just a case of it's a slog and it's so time consuming. And
But the thing is as well, this is happening.
Yeah, it's already happening anyway. So
This is happening, so you can either be on board,
yeah.
or you can get left behind.
It's already happening now either way.
Yeah.
You can complain about it, but you still gotta go with it.
It's happening.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to be an artist who creates the art first and then uses AI tools to allow me to make the final product quicker. But I will never be the person who goes in, takes a prompt, puts that into a fucking AI generator and comes out the other side with a thing. And I think that's where my line is with it now. My line in the sand is this has to be something original. Like if I'm using the AI animation tool, I am going to have a specific animation in mind for a specific character that I'm going to pose in a specific way, and make it fill in the blanks between so that I can tweak it and find.
And having an idea in your head anyway might be even harder too, because you then got to figure out the prompts to get the right kind of idea.
I mean that can be true. Yeah. That can be true, but I mean there's so many. The prompts thing is just annoying because I watched a lot of the videos and there were a lot of people just going like, look, you can just do this and look, it's done and it's brilliant and I can sell that. It's like, why the fuck would anyone want that shit?
It depends on who you are, though.
The thing is, there's so many people who don't know that it's AI generated.
Yeah.
There's people out there who are just doing this AI work, and the older generation are just thinking, wow, that's amazing. Look at my son. Look what he did. And it's like, he didn't do anything.
Yeah. It's a new version of cheating, though.
It is.
Like cheating in school is now so hard.
Yeah.
I can't imagine if we had this stuff like back then.
I mean, if there was the VFX, if I was doing the VFX work back in, if the AI stuff was available when I was doing the VFX work, there would have been so many people who'd have cheated.
Well, they'd
and
have
just
to
used
incorporate it.
Maybe.
They have to, like media.
Yeah.
I know in my national diploma, they were always talking about the main thing with media is always keeping up to track with the new tech.
Yeah.
Keeping up to date with it all and using it all. So AI is just another new tech.
Yeah.
Like when I was in media, we were still using tapes.
Yeah.
That's just weird because that's how long ago it was. I mean, I think we was a bit behind. Like everything, it should have been digital by then.
Yeah, we were digital by the time I was doing it.
But we still had like tapes to because obviously it was a college and I guess just buying new digital cameras was
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, there was the odd digital camera rolling around.
Yeah.
We had great sound stuff though. We had, like a whole sound, a whole green room and all that, like a studio.
Yeah, the green room stuff's interesting as well because that's another AI tool that you can use. Now,
totally.
They've got so many AI tools that you just go click, boom, done.
Yeah.
There you go, completely removed, color corrected, looks normal. What the fuck? That's a 3-hour job again. That's now nothing.
Which is not a bad thing.
No, it's brilliant. That is just making it easier for an artist to make better work quicker.
Yeah. It's more accessible.
Yeah.
But I agree with what you're saying. Like when you're looking at, you got to have a base product to start with.
Yeah, you've got to have made the thing that you are now animating. You've got to have drawn the concept for the thing that you are now making into a 3D model. You've got to.
I think it would probably start showing. I think you can kind of. I'm trying to think of things to compare it to nowadays. But you can generally tell if you look at a Facebook account, I don't know, and you can tell when it's a bot.
Yeah.
You can tell straight away. Maybe it'd be like that where if something's just completely created from scratch out of nothing, you're like, it feels like it was just an AI creation.
Yeah,
nothing human about it.
There's some AI stuff that just, you look at it and you just go, well, this is just...
what is this?
What is the point of this picture? It's just... It's just visual noise.
You can say that about all art. Let's be honest.
You could do.
What's the point of a banana taped to a wall?
But there is, with all art made by a person, there was someone thinking something about it at the time.
I don't know. The one thing I've learned about people is not all of them think very often.
No, they don't. That's true. You're right. I shouldn't assume thought upon the general population.
Like, for example, perfect example there, the new art thing that was out recently.
Yeah.
The Portal, I think it was New York.
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah.
New York.
A woman got her tits out and Ireland was like, no, that's not very nice there. I don't think I'll be looking at any titties through the portal.
I didn't give a shit. It's like they weren't seeing anything.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
No, but they got complaints about it. They got genuine complaints about those titties that were in the portal. You can't be having those titties on the portal there.
New York people too.
Why don't you have a way of having like a security guard or something to stop the titties?
I didn't hear.
I mean, it could have been a penis. Could you imagine if a person came up and just showed their penis to all of Dublin?
I mean, I never heard that it was the island person that even were complaining.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it got stopped. And they're looking into ways that they can have like an automatic.
They've been paused, haven't they? Has that been stopped? Let's clarify this.
Yeah,
it's
for a moment.
definitely going to start again.
Yeah. But they've found a way. They're trying to find a way to have like an automatic like blurring or something when something happens. And the only way you can really do that is with AI as well. So
art is art, man. That you shouldn't be trying to cover up what's going on.
No.
You should just put like an 18 over thing.
Just let the titties be titties.
Yeah, let them flap.
Let the titties out.
Apparently she was offended and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah.
You can see her in the
She
video.
was like, "Yeah, look at my tits," and everyone was like,
off
"Well, I've seen tits for fucking days."
I bet she fucking complained.
I bet she did.
I bet she did it in all these different voices.
I bet she had a problem with that.
She did have a problem that the Irish people didn't care about her
No no extra Irish subscribers for those titties. No, thank you very much. We've got our own very nice Irish titties to be getting on with.
Pale girls too. We've got ginger girls in Ireland. They're cool.
Yeah.
Ireland's fine. It doesn't need New York tits.
Yeah. We don't need your big flappy titties.
I bet she was a
We've got tiny, icy, frozen titties.
Well, no, I don't know though. Like necessarily.
Don't get me wrong. There's some big fucking titties.
I was going to say, like, realistically, if it's cold down there, then
you might get bigger baps.
Wise, you need bigger baps.
Bigger baps.
Keep it warm.
Keep the boob milk warm.
Well, it's not the milk. They don't care about the milk. That only comes once in a
They
blue
care
moon.
about the milk. That's why they do the whole thing's done. Don't you? Don't you be coming up with that shit to me, or I'll be coming back at you.
I find it extremely hard to. I'm trying to press through the Irish.
How the hell can you press through this?
I'm struggling.
I've changed region in Ireland about 6 times while I've been talking.
I don't hear accents. Don't see colour. Don't hear accents.
Any Irish person who will be watching will be like, Jesus Christ, I mean, that's an Irish accent, but it's like 7 of them.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you, Twinkle. Twinkle's my cat. I didn't even mean to say that then. Fuck Ireland.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I'm 3/8 Irish.
Cool. Go over there 3/8 of the time.
Yeah, I will.
Cool. Wait, 3/8 of the time was that? No, that's not 2/4. No, it's not a half.
No, it's 3/8.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I got Scottish in me. It takes us time. And German as well. I mean, doing German.
The bagpipes start going.
That makes a lot of sense actually. The Scottishness and the Germanness, because I got like all they get the gas ready to go.
Yeah.
For the bagpipes, and obviously German the gas.
Yeah, Germans love that shit.
Yeah.
If there's one thing Germans love, it's gas.
And organisation.
Yeah.
Which ironically,
organising
I am not
gas.
organised at all.
That's above and beyond for a German.
Oh, there you go. We should hire some fucking Nazis to sort out our fucking climate
Very
problem.
long waiting list to become part of the German gas board. So long.
Why?
They're all applying.
I mean, they all kind of fail.
They just go, I applied for the gas board today. So did I. Well, hopefully it'll be one of us. Or, well, we'll see.
Insulting my people there. Well, that sounded more like the Austrian dude that was trying to make us do stuff for a while, actually. The one bald guy. Adolf
Hitler.
Adolf Ziegler.
Yeah.
Adolf Ziegler.
Yeah.
I think it was him, Ziegler.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're on about Hitler. I haven't heard of him.
I've never heard of this man.
Have you seen the sketch of the guy like coming back from like kind of he pops out of nowhere like he's going like back in time.
Yeah.
Coming back to the future from being in the past.
Yeah.
And he just sees a random person. He's like, "Oh, you there?" Hey, and they start talking, and he starts telling him about he went back in the past to kill this German dictator, and he was like, because he did get this, he killed almost 50 Jews. He's like, oh God, I need to show you something.
Yeah, you need to see something, dude, because this got a lot worse. Yeah,
that's what happened, man. For all we know,
I genuinely adhere to the rule that if you went back in time, you would have already gone back in time, if that makes sense. You're not changing the past because you were already there.
Yeah.
You're chronologically already there. So if you'd gone back in time and tried to kill Hitler, you would have tried to kill Hitler and you would not have succeeded.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you always did.
Yeah, and we wouldn't know who Hitler was.
Which is who actually killed him in the long run.
Yeah.
Before we know.
But that's the thing
before
also.
We know, he was always killed by you in the bunker.
Yeah. If you tried to go back in time and kill Hitler as well, end up killing a person who therefore would not be able to be there for you want to go back to kill him later on. If you kill Hitler, then you now live in a world where Hitler doesn't exist. So how do you go back in time to kill Hitler if Hitler doesn't exist for you to go back in time to kill him?
That would be the new timeline idea.
There's no timeline.
That would be the idea then.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to do it because you would then be in this timeline where Hitler doesn't exist.
Separate
but that means you
yeah.
can't go back in time to kill Hitler because Hitler didn't exist, so that you have no reason why you would go back in time to kill Hitler.
Well, in that idea, we create more like a multiverse idea. So you've been looking at more like
not even that. It's a paradox. It's a full blown paradox.
Every time travel, when you actually look at it, really think about it, it's all a fucking paradox.
Yeah,
time travel.
This is why
doesn't work.
This is why again I think it works. It's always been. Yeah. So like you went back in time, you may have killed this horrible, brutal guy, but no one will ever know that you killed this horrible, brutal guy because he never existed because you always killed him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, then you can't do it because.
But you wouldn't have had to. Yeah.
Have done it.
That's the thing, though. You
wouldn't know him.
You wouldn't have had to have. You couldn't have gone back in time to kill that person because that just will not work.
Unless you always knew that some guy killed him, but nobody ever knew who it was. Or JFK.
But you've also got to remember,
maybe he was about to blow everyone up.
You've also
that guy stopped him.
Yeah, you've also got to remember your average time traveler is.
Yeah.
Your average time traveler is not going to know how to deal with the SS.
Well, hopefully not.
No.
Depends where they're coming from, I guess.
Because the SS are a highly trained squad, and there's so many people around Adolf Hitler who don't want him to be killed at that time.
Oh, there were the German ones, yeah.
Yeah. So if you go back in time to try and kill him, the chances of you dying are incredibly high. Incredibly high.
Yeah, I mean, just for the fact that it's you versus all the Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to win.
The world struggled. Full stop.
The full world struggled to kill this guy. You think you can do it by going back in time because you're oh so special? Because you've been watching TikTok for days. Jesus Christ. There's no way you could fucking deal with what the fucking Nazi party are willing to do to you.
There's some good stuff on TikTok, though, to be fair. I've never been on TikTok, actually. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
Never been on the TikTok. All I've seen about TikTok is my friend Hanno Man showing me because I think he enjoys it because we do all the YouTube stuff. Whenever he gets a video that blows up on TikTok, I think he really enjoys making a point of it in the group.
Yeah.
TikTok, how many of them people are even real people?
Yeah.
How many of them are older than 12?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It says on there like they're apparently like some are.
Well,
like
I mean, you
30
say that,
over.
but let's remember for a minute, TikTok first came into existence around about 2019.
Before I forget as well, though, the one thing it does show up like on recent videos is that he had all these people watching from America, and I'm like, doesn't that kind of not work now because it's kind of been banned?
Oh yeah, you can get around that with VPN.
But then it shouldn't show up as America still, though. It would show up as
no, you're right. Yeah,
Sweden or whatever.
Anyway, so like you got the TikTok thing. TikTok happened in about 2019. We're now in 2024. Those 12-year-olds who were all watching TikTok are now 17
and hopefully off having sex.
Yeah, well, but this is the thing. It's like that. TikTok is evolving with its audience. So, like, TikTok isn't what you thought it was a while ago.
I don't think it's going to stay.
Now it's a lot of virtue signaling, like kids and stuff like that. There's like mums who got into it when they were in their 20s, who are now like 27, and they're doing TikToks about their kids.
It's like every other social media thing.
It all goes exactly the same way. Everything becomes the same as everything else after a while.
But this one is owned by China.
Yeah.
Not good.
That's the only difference.
Until them or America own up to the fact that, they did the Wuhan, then I won't believe them. They did the COVID.
Yeah.
Until they own up to that, I don't trust EBUB, yeah.
You don't trust them.
No.
I don't trust them.
No, I'll leave you to talk for a moment while I sort the cat out, I think.
Absolutely, sir. I'm just looking here on my phone while I've got the opportunity. There's a thing from Unilad Sound where Craig David has spoken out about how Bo Selector ruined his life, and the biggest reaction to it is, of course, a laugh reaction. So my friend just sent me this, right? So it's Unilad sound. Craig David spoke out on how Bo Selector ruined his life.
I have heard that before, actually.
But the biggest reaction is, of course, everyone just fucking laughing their tits off at it, because that's just funnier than if it wasn't. You can't react to this, Craig.
I mean, and he says that it's ruined his
Oh,
life.
little cat.
I've seen him on a few things, like performing his music. And apparently he's really good.
Yeah.
So it can't be that
We
bad.
were making love, man. Oh, was that him?
Like resurgence he has.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he's complaining.
It's because all the people who grew up with him when they were teenagers are now able to buy tickets for things.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens. It's like every single time one of these bands comes into existence and they hit it big with a kid crowd, they can do reunion tours.
Yeah, that's
forever.
the thing. Once they come back.
Spice Girls,
Yeah.
S Club, fucking, Westlife, Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Fuck it, every single one of them.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. You're starting to see a resurgence for Shakira. You're starting to see a resurgence for fucking
You agreed
Anastasia.
Miley Cyrus. It wasn't the same at all.
No. I'm just going on with it.
Human me. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
The way to go sometimes, to be fair.
Yeah, but I mean, so you can never be sure how someone truly feels about a musical artist.
Yeah,
I've sometimes had conversations with people where you're like, oh yeah, and they're such a shit band, and they're like, I love that band. Like Nickelback, there's some real hardcore Nickelback fans out there.
Nickelback. I'm not against Nickelback.
I don't have a problem with Nickelback.
I never.
I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to Nickelback.
I mean, I do sometimes. I've never understood the level of dislike for them. Never understood the level of.
No,
hate
that
for
is
them.
crazy. That is legitimately crazy. There is nothing wrong with them.
Creed as well. They don't get enough love, I don't think.
Yeah, and they're like, oh well, they're a pop metal band. Okay, yeah, but they're still heavier than like fucking most of the metal bands that originally existed. No, yeah. Nickelback are technically heavier than things like most of the fucking Black Sabbath old stuff and Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, technically.
And things like
the
that.
heavy sound and that. Yeah.
I mean, they are technically
not heavy for the time.
Yeah,
but
and it's like,
heavier,
oh well,
yeah.
the songs aren't about anything. Yeah, so are so many fucking songs.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, it depends on if you're a lyric
Yeah.
listener or not.
Yeah.
I've never been. I love writing lyrics. That's because to me, no song I listen to has lyrics in it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't pay attention to them at all.
Yeah.
Other than Eminem rap and that kind of style. Of
Yeah,
rap.
that's a
Can't
different
help it.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
It's like when, to me, that's like when lyrics stop being just lyrics and become like another bit of the music. There's a melody to them, there's a rhythm to them.
Yeah.
I'm only just realising now that's probably why I like it so much.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm putting it together in my head.
Yeah.
I'm figuring out how this beautiful thing works up here. Up here. Yeah, that's a big, beautiful bugger.
Yeah.
Some people's minds work in messed up and crazy ways, just like one of your favourite comedians, Mr. Ari Shaffir.
Ari Shaffir.
He's a weird man.
He's a strange dude.
He is an exceptionally strange
He's a very strange dude.
Now, his general thing, like the whole, he's like a voice for like, comedy has no limits.
Yeah.
And all that. That I like very much, as
Yeah.
you can imagine.
Yeah.
I think, generally speaking, comedy I don't think anything should be off limits.
No.
But at the same time, that doesn't mean everybody should just be okay with everything.
No.
Like, you can do it. You shouldn't get cancelled and destroyed for a crap or a badly timed joke.
Yeah, but if you keep committing to a racist bit, for example, then that's a problem.
But at the same time, though, if it goes past the point of actually being racist, then it's just obvious that you're just being an idiot or having fun.
Oh yeah, but that's a guiding line, though, isn't it?
Different level of hatred and all that.
You can always tell when someone's being like hateful versus someone being like trying to make a joke and failing. And then the thing is, if you try and make a joke and fail and then you keep going with that, that's a problem.
Until it gets to the point where it's funny again.
Yeah.
It's hard with comedy though, man. It's really hard.
But this is the thing, you've got to find that line. But again, it's like if you've done your work right as a comedian, you will cross that line, but then you'll pull it back and you'll find where the line is for that joke.
And most of the time when you do cross that line by accident, the crowd will let you off because they like you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Once you
they'll be
get
like,
to a certain point.
ooh, and you're like, okay, yeah, all right.
That's
all
why.
right, fine.
That's why, like, you know, a lot of them say the hardest time as a comedian is when you're starting out.
Yeah.
Because you haven't got that love, you haven't got any of that.
Yeah, people don't know who you are. They don't know what your opinion is.
And you'll do, like, arguably, you'll do anything to, like, get that kind of. Once you got that little bit of love and trust, you can go then.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to do so many things to try and get that.
Yeah.
We all do stuff that we don't like having to do, but other people take that to a different point, doing stuff they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Arguably, people on about baby reindeer at the moment.
That's one that's been very interesting to follow along with, even if you've not been watching the show.
That kind of fits with the comedy case. File,
yeah,
like,
I mean, the fact is, this guy had a stalker.
Might be an interesting one to do in the future.
Yeah,
More to come out.
as we all know.
Well, I mean,
and now she's had an interview as well.
Well, I mean, we don't know how much of it is true. He hasn't supplied evidence, which is the interesting part too.
Right.
There's been no evidence.
Did you see her?
See, this is the thing. I've had a different opinion from this.
Yeah.
Like, people are saying this like she was unhinged on the interview. Did you watch the full 55-minute interview?
No.
See, I did. And people can pick these random parts out, but when you watch the full 55-minute interview, it's very hard for somebody, in my opinion, to hide their craziness for a full long-form interview.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, she was not in. There was people that are much crazier. They came across much crazier than her all the time on that show. She did not seem that bad in the slightest.
Yeah.
To me. I actually kind of believed her in the end. Stuff I've looked at since, I'm like, okay, maybe like, you know, it was a bit too much on that side.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know what a comic will do to try and get his name out there.
Yeah.
And we know what some comics are like. They're not all lovely people.
Yeah.
You know, maybe she was a bitch.
Definitely
whatever.
not. Yeah.
And he even admits to it in the show, like being a fucked up person.
Yeah.
And it's just some of the stuff like with Netflix more than anything. Like, if she really was that person, I'm not saying she's not.
But if she was.
If she is, it's a better way to put it, I guess. If she is that person, I feel like it's kind of messed up that Netflix and him especially Netflix though.
I'm making money off of it.
No, because it still happened to him. It's his story.
Right.
It's still his artistic thing. That's fine.
Yeah.
But just that they wouldn't hide her a bit better. Completely changed.
Yeah,
because they're very similar to how she
Yeah.
looked. Martha and her, just she's a little bit less weight and a little bit older.
Yeah,
maybe.
no, I've seen the two. But the thing is, again, it's like, how much do you change it? And the thing is, again,
Make,
no
a
matter
guy.
how good you make it, the internet sleuths will find out who it is.
Which is why possibly maybe change some of these stuff. Like they found them
I mean,
mainly by like
there's another
like the beef curtains and stuff.
there's
some of the quotes.
There's another one of it as well, which is the like there's apparently a producer or something. That's in it. And apparently everyone in the BBC knows who he's talking about.
Yeah, I've heard Richard Osman talk about it.
Yeah. And it's like, Jesus Christ, how is this? How is
Yeah.
it still going if everyone knows who this person is?
BBC especially, and these people
Like, this is
open things. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Phyllis Schofield was an open thing. He's not on that level, but he kind of gets brought into the conversation.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But he's not on that level.
No.
But yeah, it's like a common, like Jimmy Savile. You know, it was an open thing. It was some of the more like Bill Cosby. Was that the one that Hannibal Buress said about?
Bill Cosby, yeah.
Bill
No,
Cosby.
but Bill Cosby's getting out as well. I think he might even be
Oh, he's
out.
already out. I think
'cause,
he's
they got him on a technicality.
they screwed his case or some shit again.
And guess who else is getting out for the same reason? Weinstein.
Oh yeah, I did hear about
Yeah.
that. He might already be out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
Crazy, man.
he's pretty much dead anyway.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
look of him, like, you know.
there's no way that guy. I mean, the only person who's going to work with him is Roman fucking Polanski.
There'll be plenty of people that will still work with him, man.
No, you're right. Actually, there will.
Plenty of people. He's still gonna, especially if he
there's
was.
loads of people who still work with Roman Polanski.
Is this like record gonna be like wiped now as well?
I
Weinstein,
guess it would expunge.
to an extent,
Yeah.
anyway.
In which case, he might end up getting money from the state as well.
And you know, a lot of them are like, "Whoa, he's not on his record now."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
And the problem
walking
is
with him.
that he's got the conviction in one place. I think it's California, and then the other one's New York. But some of the evidence used in the New York case was from the California case, which is the one that's been thrown out.
Yeah.
So
he was brought forward as like being convicted in his previous thing.
Yeah. So if they go through that stuff and they find that any of the stuff in there has been used as major evidence in the New York case, that gets thrown out.
Yeah, or at least retrial.
Yeah,
that's what I heard them talking about. Doing a retrial now, for that second one.
Yeah,
the first one's already done. I haven't heard much about the Stormy Daniels and Trump thing.
No, I think that basically just ended up in a sort of stalemate.
It's bullshit anyway. So fucking dumb.
Well, I mean, he did use funds for something that shouldn't have been used.
Oh, big whoop.
But like again, it's like what fucking president hasn't?
He wasn't president then either.
Bill Clinton literally did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And they're talking about stuff that you're talking there though about stuff that these people did while president. He did this 20 years before being president.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought it was about the fact that he tried to hush it up using government funds though.
No, no, he did, but it wasn't government funds. It was just back then. It was 20 years ago when he gave her hush money.
Right.
Like, because
that's different. That's very different. Yeah.
Realistically, now, he doesn't give a shit about it, and I think he knows he can brush that shit off.
Yeah.
I don't think Trump now would pay it for. Like, why would he?
Why?
Like, I guess back then he thought he needed to.
The thing is, get used to it, everyone. Trump is going to be in the news a lot more again. He is going to win the election because Biden is not going to win.
Have you heard that they are now agreeing to debates?
Oh, Christ.
Trump and Biden are the ones specifically.
Oh, my God.
RFK,
he's going to fucking annihilate him.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. It depends. There's plenty of drugs that you can pump them up with.
Yeah.
They've done it for that. Like, people were really
but
those
debates last a while.
Yeah.
Like, if he comes off his meds at any point, like, that's it. Done for. Toast. Like,
no, they can add it up. They can put little extras in.
He's just going to go, okay, so what do you want to do about the immigrants? And he's go, well, there was this time I was sitting in the pool and I had the hairy legs.
His water's filled with cocaine. His water is filled with cocaine. You'll be seeing him reaching for that shit constantly. Cocaine and some kind of like drugs that we don't know about that really increases your focus. Like a Ritalin and all that. Some crazy
shitload of Ritalin, shitload of fucking, everything else you can throw in him.
That's just kind of crazy. I don't know why they just wouldn't come up with a way to at least kill him.
Why?
That'd be a
better way of doing it, yeah.
Just, do
but
that. But
honestly, just get that fucker out of the fucking position because he isn't good enough.
Apparently, they won't do that. You were saying until like.
They don't do it until they lose it. Yeah,
that's
they
so silly.
With it, yeah.
So I'm fucking fault in that case. If you're going to do that, then
they should be able to see. The thing is, political people live in this bubble where everything's fine and they're doing everything right because they surround themselves with fucking yes men.
Yeah.
And then they never listen to anyone in the public who's telling them what they're doing wrong because they just go, "Oh, that's just a small voice in the crowd, sir. There's nothing wrong with that." When in fact, it's probably that you're only hearing it because there's a lot of people thinking the same fucking thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's 100%. So stupid that so many fucking politicians don't seem to understand that if someone's coming to you with something, there is probably a big thing going on here that does need to be looked into.
Yeah, definitely. That's why
you're supposed to be a public servant. That's what you are.
Yeah, but then there's one thing you learn about government, and I guarantee it's the same in America as it is here. The government doesn't actually care about the people.
No.
We've said it many, many times, and everybody just kind of agrees with that and just kind of goes on.
Oh, well, keep on going, yeah.
And then complains when government doesn't do something because I was like, we all know this stuff.
Yeah, oh, they didn't do that. Oh, well, I'll vote for him again next time. What? Why?
Okay.
Oh, well, they lied to us about all this kind of stuff, so we'll vote for him again, though.
I think it's a fucking... When I found out, that being on Switch Radio, there's like all these Ofcom rules, and if I don't know if I've mentioned this.
Oh yeah, you got to be very specific about what you say regarding political parties.
To the point where if I say something wrong, not only can Switch get a giant fine, I can get sent to prison.
That's crazy.
Spent the fucking
for saying an opinion.
Yeah, but no, because you're swaying the voters.
Oh, that's mental.
Even though it's like, well, isn't that exactly what everybody's doing?
Well, again, like also,
what's wrong with that?
If they don't agree with you, they're not going to suddenly go, "Oh, well, Carl said it, so They're just going to either stop listening or they're going to go, well, he's got a different opinion from me, but that's fine.
Yeah, and there's
just
no harm.
stating your fucking opinion isn't a thing.
If you're not saying, like, go and vote for them, but they said literally even to the point of if you said something like, it's going to be it could be a bad day for the Tories.
Yeah.
Then you're making out that they're going to lose and that could affect them negatively, and that's enough.
Fuck.
That was literally the example that was used.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
And it's so like I mean. Especially when you look at something like Switch, it's like a non-profit radio, and it's like, how do they have the fucking? Where did they come off being able to tell us this? And it's already a thing to the point nobody argues it. And it's already by this point now, me coming to it, for example, it's already baked in. Like
so it's fucking endemic. You can't get rid of it.
It's like why do people agree to all this shit?
I don't know.
It's just what I'm saying about all this red tape all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody just kind of lets
But the
happen.
thing is, again, people put red tape in places that red tape shouldn't be, and then remove red tape from things where it shouldn't be. It's like, well, we're going to make this less safe for everyone, but that's fine because we just like when the Tories first came into power, one of the things they did is they turned a load of originally 60-mile-an-hour roads into 50-mile-an-hour roads, and they said that it was for traffic calming, but it wasn't. The reason why is because a 50-mile-an-hour road has to be maintained a lot less than a 60-mile-an-hour road has to, because a 60-mile-an-hour road is a national speed limit road.
I mean, to be fair. Oh, I didn't mean it has to be maintained.
So it has to be maintained to a higher quality.
Yeah. Oh, so it's not as in. I thought you meant that like the degradation was slowed down, but no, you mean literally they don't have to do as much.
They just don't have to do as much when it comes to fixing it, building it, doing it. Yeah, they can just cut costs on it.
Tories,
that was the main reason.
I've never heard of the Tories cutting costs.
Yeah, I know. What a crazy idea.
I mean, they all have to cut costs, but it's where you do them anyway.
Yeah.
And the red tape you put in. You got to have the right type of red tape.
But this is the thing. They put in
things.
What they like to do is they like to put in red tape to say, "Oh, you're not allowed to say this and you're not allowed to say that." Well, that's fucking ridiculous.
Sometimes some people do need that. Though Ari Shaffir should have some red tape sometimes, but we'll get to that in a moment. I'll be back. I'll leave you with the thing. Mr. Ari Shaffir. So you know about him.
Yes.
You're a fan.
He was a Hasidic Jew for quite a long stretch of his life.
Yeah.
So he was brought up in, ultra orthodox, like stuff. You could never have bacon, all that kind of thing.
Dad was a Holocaust survivor?
Yep, Dad was a Holocaust survivor.
Technically, any Jew that's alive
long enough.
World War II is a Holocaust survivor.
Yeah. So he had a bit of a tough upbringing by all standards, because that
Jewish
stuff
before anti-Semitism was cool.
Yeah.
Or opposite of cool.
Yeah.
Complaining about anti-Semitism was cool.
Yeah. And he sort of had this change where he suddenly decided he wanted to live his life in a different way.
Well, he admitted to his father.
Yeah.
That he didn't believe in God anymore.
Believe in God, yeah.
And his dad turned around. It didn't take it well. His dad turned around and said, "You are worse than a dog because even a dog believes in God. You are worse than a dog."
And he goes, "I don't know if that's true."
I don't think that is true.
No.
To be fair,
no.
I think his dad might have been mistaken there.
Yeah.
But to be fair though, for somebody who doesn't believe in Jewish faith, he has made a good amount of money off of being Jew.
Yeah.
Off of being. I don't know.
It's okay with Ari Shaffir. His one of his names of his specials is literally Jew.
Yeah, as I'm saying, he's made a name off of it.
Yeah, and there's another one he's got which is called Revenge for the Holocaust.
Yeah, that was his first one, I think.
Yeah,
from what I remember seeing earlier.
Yeah,
about like a breakdown of his.
There was Paid Regular as well. I don't know if that was first actually.
Well, he yeah, no, that was later on, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
So he turned 25, and that's when he moved to LA.
Yeah.
And he'd already spoke to his dad at that point and said that.
Yeah.
And he went on to apply at the Laugh Factory. We had like Ann Sandler, Roseanne.
Yeah, and he worked as a bouncer for a bit and got spots by doing that.
Well, no, he actually applied to the Comedy Store on a whim as well.
Oh.
And he got a job at the Comedy Store doing something. I forget what it was. And then he went on to the door, and at the same time he was doing spots and that. And then he eventually got to be Paid Regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that he then had The Amazing Racist.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know about until I was looking at the stuff with this.
I haven't seen very much about The Amazing Racist.
It just seems like a Borat style. Is that The Amazing Racist? It should be an amazing stereotypicalist. Because like running into a Mexican restaurant into the back where they're cooking and
Yeah.
that, in like a sombrero and that. Like the thing is
Jesus
like,
Christ.
"Hey!"
Jesus.
It's like it's that level of over the top, you know.
Yeah. So this is obviously a joke because it's so ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the lighter again? By the way, sorry.
Oh yeah. Somewhere. I've actually got a little clip from it actually.
Oh.
I forgot about that to show you.
Don't know where it's gone.
The amazing racist.
Nice.
You know. I'm not saying I condone this, but I will say, it made me chuckle. But at the same time, my humour is atrocious.
Again, though, that was at a time when this kind of thing was, was the thing to do. Like being extremely fucking whatever was the comedy.
Was a bit more real.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a bit more on there. And I realised even better, there's a bit more here, look. Cool. Okay, so you're going to see a little bit here then from the amazing racist, with a little bit of voiceover probably from Patrick CC.
Yeah.
I got all the stuff for this this topic today from his video. Then the joke is on Ari Shaffir, the name of the video.
Right.
It goes into much. If you want it, not as a podcast, but just somebody that actually can make videos properly,
This is it.
this is the person to go to. If you want to hear some comedians rambling about it, come to us.
Come to us, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you want to just stick this in your ears and go for a walk or go to the gym or just sort of do it while you're doing some drawing or painting or work or whatever, you can do that.
But here you can watch it with us and
Yeah.
maybe even get high with us while watching it. You
Yeah.
can get high yourself with us while we get high and watch this.
Who said I'm getting high?
Yeah, well, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Same surface level stereotypes.
Can I interest you guys in a boat ride? We're giving away free boat rides today. We're trying to get, what do you guys call yourself, African Americans to back to Africa. Where you're from.
Man, I'm from here. What the hell are you talking about?
We got you lots of
Jesus
American jobs.
Christ.
You can eat the corn and the stick, and you save up money, dinero, buy a lowrider, and just ruin the neighborhood. Bring property values down for everybody. Okay, boy, enjoy yourself.
Amazing, I got a way to get back down here. I forgot some of these ones, All I remembered was the Mexican restaurant one. Just that alone, like the fact that he wasn't screwing.
Where's my bounty?
Sir, don't get out of the car.
I f***ing got one.
Sir,
Find a black guy to park that. Woo, better luck next time, Paco.
Just like the
pure,
National
you know,
Lampoon
like,
Lost reality
it's the
movie,
pure
clips from
level of
the
it as well.
inappropriate comedy movie would also be uploaded.
Like the pure level of like not giving a shit. I respect that,
Yeah.
but I wonder how much of it is actually him and how much of it
Is just the show.
and making or if he's just more of like making a point of how dumb racism is
Yeah.
by being extremely racist.
Yeah, that is sort of the point.
I
but-
think so. Yeah. But it's a really
Yeah.
It's entertaining though. I get it. I understand the concept behind it, but this would never fly nowadays.
No.
Especially this next bit I'm about to show you. Although the only way this next bit would fly nowadays is if it was the only people that could do this is swap out them two for Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
Yeah,
It's the
that'd
only
be
way
fine.
this next bit could
Yeah.
work.
To YouTube, securing millions of views almost every time.
It's just you're driving really f***ing dangerous right now. Please, just try to concentrate on the road. Open your eyes.
I don't know if this is safe.
It's please. It's safer than having your eyes half closed. So that eye's way better, right? You can see better out of that eye now.
I guess so, yeah.
While some say these videos are just jokes featuring paid actors who
I mean,
Yeah.
Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino, they could get away with that. But the thing is that now we look back at Ari Shaffir and we don't have the. I mean, I personally don't anyway. As much as I think I totally think he's a good comic, like the masterful comic and all that,
Yeah.
And I love the edge lordy stuff, like right on the edge and all that.
Yeah.
Going too far most of the time.
Yeah.
We'll get to it in a bit, like some of the other stuff. But
Yeah.
he goes too far a lot of the time.
A lot.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
appreciate.
Yeah.
I get it.
The
but
thing is, his
I think he's,
specials
like,
are fucking phenomenal, though. That is
Yeah.
what's annoying. Is he is a genuinely fucking brilliant comedian.
That's how he gets away with it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a masterful comic. But imagine maybe what level he would be at if he didn't do this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he might be huge right now, like
He'd be
Bill
a
Burr
lot
level
bigger,
even.
Yeah.
I say Bill Burr like he's the
But
best.
the thing is, I don't think
he's the
Ari
best, he's
Shaffir is
just
really
smart.
bothered about that, because Ari Shaffir,
No.
he took like years out of comedy when his comedy was at maximum, just after he'd finished doing a run of This Is Not Happening, and just took a normal phone with him and fucked off around the world.
Yeah.
And like no one knew where he was for months on end.
A lot of them do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think you need to really stay sane. Like, it's good to not get yourself where you don't care about the fame at all. That's healthy.
Yeah.
But maybe you shouldn't not care about anything.
Yeah.
That's not a good place to be.
But again, this not being funny, a lot of this does sort of smack a little bit of psychopathy behaviour.
Oh yeah. I was analysing the shit.
Yeah, this is the
thing. Too in the next one.
The thing is, ultimately, I think Ari is one of those safe psychopaths, for lack of a better word.
You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end.
You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of what he does, but he's not going to kill you. He's just going to fuck with you because he finds it funny.
It depends on who you are. But let's go to one. This is the next thing now. This is on one of his defunct podcasts. This was... Actually, we forgot about in this little story about him. He was also in National Lampoon Lost Reality as well, around that same kind of time. And he was also invited onto the 3rd ever episode of the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yes.
And he would go on to be in 9 of the first 100 episodes.
Right, yeah. And he's been on it multiple times since
he's
then.
best friends with Joe at this point. That's where he got in that group as well, which is why he's been able to get away with so much shit.
Yeah.
He's got the heavy hitters that come around him, you know. Some of the stuff he's done, and then But this is one of the first little bits of when you can see possibly the real Ari Shaffir coming out, the psychopathy, like you said a second ago. This is quite an old one. This is the little backstory here. Sports podcast, Punch Drunk, and alongside Sam Tripoli and someone else, I forget who the person was. And the producer made a mistake where something like he didn't give somebody instructions because he wasn't there. He left instructions for somebody.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it clear enough or something, so they weren't able to take calls on the 100th episode because of it. Like, he screwed up.
Right, yeah.
But it seems like the person that left, also was just an idiot from the sounds of it. But I don't know, God knows. But this was the result of it.
Right.
His dark side. On an episode of Punch Drunk Sports, one of Ari's now defunct podcasts, he berated his employee and producer, known as the Fat Man, for accidentally making an error that led to Ari not being able to take
young Jamie, I guess, basically.
Yeah.
Calls from viewers on the air.
We have the show. It was recorded. The audio is on. Fans can hear it. It was just, that was my fault.
But we couldn't do any of the calls we wanted for the 100 episodes.
Like, you hit a switch that had big X on it and tape all around that said, do not touch this button, never touch this button.
Okay, first of all, hold on. Single notice, he wouldn't have done it. If you prepared it all, he wouldn't have done it.
There was notice on that thing. That thing says right on it.
Saying how to take photos.
It's really dark down there.
Always taped up.
Saying don't touch or actually...
Not gonna lie, I feel kind of icky doing this. Like, like being like a comedian, like, look how wrong he is.
Yeah.
But, you do the stuff, and you're going to have this stuff already exists on YouTube, Yeah. I'm not going to completely say he's a bad person, terrible person.
No.
I'm saying his character, hopefully he plays as a terrible person.
Yeah.
But hopefully he is not.
Yeah.
How to do something.
I heard
not to do or what actually to do. Because he couldn't figure out what to do.
Telling someone what not to do is the same as telling him what to do. Do not do this. At the very least, do not ever...
And that's how we're supposed to take phone calls for 100th episode? That's how we're supposed to take phone calls? Do not do? That's supposed to help us?
That's the phone line. That was
you asshole. I'm glad I never learned your name.
Ari...
To be fair, he's not helping the situation, the guy. No. Arguing against it, and he should have taken a licking to begin with. Yeah. He's not helping right now.
Continued to scold the man and let him know just how much he screwed up.
Hey, fat man, go home. Get out.
Look at how much more uncomfortable the guy in the middle at the back looks now than just
previously.
Yeah.
This has been going on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Out and go home. Go take a smoke break for 2 hours. You're not wanted here. You're adding nothing. Go home. I'm not sorry that I'm hurting you. Get the out of here. Leave. Just leave if you're not going to help. Fix the phones or leave.
You're comfortable in there, man.
I got the show.
Are you fixing the phones?
Man,
you got the show. All right, fat man, get out. You're just a distraction. Get the out.
I don't even know how to fix that.
All you do is give us bad drops. Get the out or fix it. Are you moving to fix it or get out? It should be one or the other right now. Then get the out. Then go home. Get the out and go home.
The guy seemed to be doing something wrong there. Like,
Yeah.
But it's like, he's like, you got no care about how he's perceived. He's good and bad.
I don't think he does.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't give a shit how he's perceived.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, though, he doesn't care as well. It comes across like, I don't know, like when I say he doesn't care, I mean about people.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's not. I mean, as that quote says there, judge a man not how he treats his subordinates, not his equals. That's
At the same time, though, well, actually, more so than I remember the first time watching that. Maybe it's because I've seen it more than once now. Thinking, I don't know why the guy didn't just shut up and just leave.
Yeah. That probably would have just diffused the situation a bit.
It's almost like they were just kind of egging it on a bit for the views.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that was part of it too. Maybe that's why he stuck around. I don't know. That one was a bit like, I don't know. But this next one, though, no. The next one, I'm sure you've heard about it. I'm trying to do this in order, you see. Anything you want to say about that before?
Not really. I mean, that's pretty strange. I mean, it's not...
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them. I tried to... Yeah, I'm just... Maybe he was a dick. That's all. Maybe.
Maybe, but...
But we don't know the person. The person in the next story, we do know very well.
Right, okay.
This is the Bobby Lee and Natasha Leggero incidents.
Right.
Oh, I thought you'd know this.
I think I've known a little bit about it, but I'm not sure entirely what it is.
Okay, so in May 2017, Bobby Lee shared the story on an episode of Tiger Belly.
Right.
With Kalala Layla and some other dude whose name I didn't take down because I didn't care that much.
Yeah.
He went on to say he was performing at the Comedy Store one night. There we go. Fucking hell, I got up suddenly. He was performing at the Comedy Store one night a while ago when his Mad TV co-star at the time, Ron Peterson, gives you an idea of when it must have been.
Yeah.
He never actually gave a date.
Yeah.
He came up to her and asked him about the comedian on the stage at the time, Natasha Leggero.
Right.
Didn't know exactly who that was at the time. Didn't know exactly who that was at the time, so I had to have a look at it. Kind of hot, I get it.
Yeah.
Kind of hot. Ron, and she looked kind of crazy. I liked her even more.
Yeah.
Ron wanted to get on Natasha, but Bobby let him know that she and Ari were in a relationship and living together at the time.
Right.
This didn't put Ron off at all. While driving Ron back home later that night, he told Bobby Lee that he got Natasha's number. So this is Ari Shaffir's living girlfriend.
Yeah.
Natasha proceeds to go on multiple dates with this Ron Peterson behind Ari's back, but Bobby knows but isn't okay with it. Very much caught in between two mates, basically.
Yeah.
Shitty situation. Bobby said out of nowhere, Ari called him up crying, saying that she had left him and that he knew that Bobby had set them up. Problem was that Bobby was a bit of a bitch and probably didn't stick up for himself and explain stuff very well.
Oh, is this the bit where he just fucking abused him, basically?
Pretty much, yeah. He gave Bobby a chance to prove his friendship with an ultimatum first. He said, break into Ron's office at Mad TV and steal, a copy of the emails between them so you can see exactly when it started, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't do that, then he knows that he set them up. Jesus Christ. So that was the ultimatum, and Bobby was like, I can't break into his
office. That's illegal, dude.
It sounds like he's probably one of his boss type people at Mad TV. He's got his own office, So that was another part that came out after it, that he maybe, did a few things for the guy to help the situation along that the guy asked him to do.
Right.
But it's like, at the same time, it's like, yeah, well, he was obviously, this was somebody he had to be friends with as in for Mad TV.
Yeah.
So he was still caught in the rock and hard place and all that.
Yeah.
It's Bobby Lee. Of course, he didn't handle it in the right fucking way. It's Bobby Lee.
No, yeah, it's Bobby Lee.
But this is the point. They didn't. This shouldn't have been the outcome of it.
No.
So you decided it was his fault. The Friday after, Bobby was checking in at the Comedy Store counter when out of nowhere, Ari punched him in the face. Bobby fell to the ground and Ari apparently continued to kick him on the ground about 20 times.
Yeah.
He said he was bleeding loads and loads as he got up. And his name was called on stage, Bobby's was, so he went up on stage straight away. He only lasted a minute or so because the whole time he was just berating him like, him out there, he attacked me, Ari Shaffir.
Yeah,
the whole time, and got off stage. I couldn't imagine what that must have looked like.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
The only thing, when Bobby's saying this kind of shit, even this is funny.
Yeah.
Everything, he made a fucking story about him getting molested by a Down syndrome guy funny.
Yeah.
One of his jokes is all about him going to Tijuana and banging someone that was a girl, and then he realised they were crying because they were too young and they were prostitutes. So it was like, I did the right thing that anyone would do. I power fucked her. He got out there as quick as I could.
Jesus Christ.
And he broke down in the end, like how he came up with that joke at the time when he was on Opie and Anthony, and he had to go. You knew he had to go a bit over the top because them guys were all into that.
Yeah.
And he literally explained how the two different jokes that came into creating that, and it made perfect sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was about the power fuck one was something about a girlfriend was sad or something, and that's how he got to the power fuck one. But he obviously made it crazy, Tijuana. If you trust him, if you believe that, I kind of do. But anyway, he said he was bleeding loads. Yeah, so the manager convinced Bobby not to press charges, and he agreed. And a week later, Bobby said that he was walking through the comedy store again, and Ari lunges him out of nowhere and starts choking him against the wall in the hall of the comedy store, pressing his nails into his skin, like cutting his throat open and that. Not like a fucking... You know what I mean? Punctured his neck a bit, you know.
Cut the skin.
During this time, Ari had managed to secure a role on Carlos Mencia's Mind of Mencia
Oh,
TV
Jesus
show.
Christ.
Oh, you don't know that, yeah? This show like literally blends stand-up with sketch show stuff, so very much like the sketch show stuff he was doing on the Amazing Racist, with kind of like his stand-up stuff. Very much like This Is Not Happening Now, isn't it?
That. Well, This Is Not Happening was more a straight-up stand-up.
Was it? I seem to remember the little bits when they went to it, and some of the... I might be thinking of another part. Or maybe like clips that were made from it. So anyway, it would have been good for him. But the thing was, Carlos was a friend of Bobby Lee. When Carlos learned about what had happened, one of the few things that, like, as much as Carlos Mencia, complete joke thief and a bit of an idiot, not self-aware at all.
Carlos Mencia was also a joke thief.
Full-blown
joke. Oh, I missed that bit. Sorry. I was too busy dealing with the phone.
Full-blown joke thief, man.
Yeah, full-blown joke thief. And there is a very satisfying video of Joe Rogan calling him out on it on the stage. That's a great video.
I can't help so even when I watch that, I feel sorry for somebody in a situation, but he brought it all on himself.
He's a cunt.
Yeah, he got fully... And then the worst part is when he finally, like, you know, comes back on Tiger Belly, I believe it was. Bobby Lee brought him on. You think finally he's going to be self-aware, you know, he'll have understood it. At the very least, it's been enough times been now where you can just move past it.
It's not politics. It's politics, man.
Still doubles down like he didn't do it. It's like, man, you're never going to learn, man.
No.
So he called him up and let him know that he was fired because of what he did. And Ari felt like Bobby was sabotaging not only his personal life, but now his professional life. And you know, it's not definitely. Ari was definitely not just deflecting.
This is not a sane man's actions.
No. He would attack him at the comedy store again after this. He says he arrived at the comedy. Bobby arrived at the comedy store, got out of his car, and instantly heard behind him like and then like footsteps, and then nothing because apparently Ari was jumping in the air. Superman punched him. I think Bobby turned into it from the sound of it, hit him, he dropped to the floor, Bobby said he instantly like somehow jumped to his feet down and just ran to the office in the comedy store screaming the whole way. This was enough to finally get Ari fully banned from the comedy store, but he would still, Ari Shaffir would still, whenever he saw him out and about in other places,
just go for him,
make a point of bullying him. I don't know if he would attack him again because he could probably understand that he'll get arrested if he does, maybe. So I don't know about that. It was about 5 years apparently before Ari started to understand the concept that maybe it wasn't Bobby Lee.
Jesus Christ.
Don't know, probably that's what I saw. Went on Tiger Belly and they had like they aired it all out and that stuff, which is where you found out there was more to it in the sense of that Bobby Lee maybe did call up Ari and check stuff with Natasha to see what was going on to help her on. But like I said, because Bobby Lee was a little timid little bitch at the time. He's still not great now, but he's much more timid bitch at the time. You see what he's like in that Carlos Mencia video?
No. Oh no! Yes, the one was like, oh no, it's fine, it's fine.
He's nothing like, you know, he's that guy you'd feel sorry for and always get like, you know, probably the shit taken out of him by other comics and that, you know, like just I can't remember which point now.
But it's just a horrible thing to do to Bobby Lee.
And they eventually cleared it all up and that. But from what I think, you know, that was just more because Bobby Lee allowed it to be cleared. Once again, somebody giving Ari a pass. It's like an ongoing thing.
People give Ari a pass.
Everybody gives Ari a pass, man. I bet you haven't heard about the Look at the Willie story, have you?
Oh no, yeah.
For this one, I'm just going to play it rather than explain it, because I didn't know about this one until... It surprised me that you know this one, but not the other one.
I
didn't know about this until seeing it, and I was like, oh, okay. Basically the story of how he strong mustache game.
Yeah.
Patrick CC there.
Yeah.
The story of how he exposed himself to a minor.
Yeah.
5-year-old.
On a 2018 episode of the Punch Drunk Sports podcast, Ari shared a very questionable story of him willingly exposing himself to a minor.
I was at my friend's house. She's a lesbian single mother. And she goes, I want to go to the bathroom. She goes, and she has a 5-year-old. She goes, can she watch your pee? Because she needs to see what a penis looks like before it's too.
What?
Yeah.
What?
She doesn't want the first penis she sees to be
That
the
one going into her mouth?
Yeah.
Dude, why would she choose yours?
Yeah. But this is what she said. She was like, why does it come?
And then they'll click on in a second that not only did they say that, but he actually did it.
Yeah.
Which is, that he's already basically said that, but I don't think they've clicked onto that yet, but they do in a moment.
How that thing? And I was like,
Hold on. Oh, wait,
You let the kid watch you pee?
I know.
You let the kid watch you pee?
Yeah,
You gotta start with the story. Where have you been with this? Did you let her shake it off?
no.
And he's saying this, well, topless, touching himself.
Yeah.
Everything about it, man, is
It's
terrible.
weird, but at the same time, the guy has put a fucking a minor key synth underneath it.
Oh man, yeah, this music's been in there the whole time.
Yeah.
It was there with the Amazing Racist.
Yeah.
I meant to say this, and it's so dramatic.
Yeah.
It was like,
But at the same time, yeah, this is not something you do. It doesn't matter if the mum's asking; it's still something you don't do.
This is one of those things, like, it's not even like if it was somebody you was in a relationship with, then it would happen anyway. You could understand that would just happen by chance.
Yeah.
But not even someone who's with. It's so strange, the whole thing. And they make a very good point. Why would she pick him as well?
Yeah.
Like,
that's weird.
I mean, he's Jewish as well, so it's not going to look like. Oh, I suppose he would do in America. They all have that, don't they? Circumcised.
Yeah.
It's only over here. It's only Jewish people that have that.
But then she went to touch it. I
Generally
was like,
speaking, anyway. I'm not sure if Muslim people do. I'm getting off track there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a messed up story. At least he didn't let him touch it. But like somebody says on the comment after, this is what he was admitting to in the story. Hopefully that was the end of the
end of it.
story.
But yeah, I mean,
right, it probably fucking is.
Yeah.
That probably is the story.
Yeah.
But it's just weird.
crossing a line.
What? How old is she?
Hold on.
Even a bunch of edgy comedians are listening to this story in total shock.
You don't know how to process it, do you? Because it's like, okay, so you weren't being predatory. I understand the mum asked you, but agreeing to it is so strange.
It's weird, yeah.
The fact that the mum asked you in the first place is strange.
Yeah.
I don't know that lady. She could be a crackhead.
Yeah.
And she's good friends with Ari Shaffir. She probably is.
Yeah.
Gotta be something. There's something not right up there. To ask him that as well.
Yeah.
And then I assume she wasn't in the room with him either.
I assume she would be.
Did she want to see it though? That's the thing.
I assume that's the whole point, is that she could do it in a controlled environment. If we're to
you'd
believe
hope.
the story.
At the very least, if the mum's there to, but then why would he have to tell her not to touch it? He might have said that for comedic effect.
Yeah,
though.
he might have done.
Hopefully.
I mean, hopefully.
We probably think about this too much than we should do. But but the mum probably was there, and I think that maybe makes it not as bad.
Yeah, it doesn't. But it's
still messed up.
It's not what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not what you do.
I'm just trying to think of it from an actual give him a chance, benefit of the doubt and all that. It's hard to do though.
Yeah, it's weird.
You don't want to dogpile on people, but then you say
I've never actually heard. This isn't what I was talking about.
Oh, really?
It's just they had a game where they used to just Yari used to get his dick out and make people fucking.
Oh no!
Look at his dick.
Oh no!
This is a whole different thing.
Oh, okay. So at what point did you realise when? But the pretty much
like the minute when they started, I was like, "What?" And then it's taken me a while to process. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Pretty much when I started it as well, I said like about how he exposed himself to a child.
And I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, I was like, "Okay."
And Bert Kreischer is in the background as well.
Yeah,
he's the one who actually realises what he said.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that goes. He still brought that person into his house and stuff after all these stories he's hearing. Still trust him after he does. Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
But everybody knows that story anyway. It's crazy the fact that people keep giving him these passes like this. They must know him quite well to think that he's not in anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe he's so open that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
think there's not actually anything there. But they must hopefully know him well to bring him around their family.
Yeah.
Because he's around Joe's family, he's around Bert's family. Not now, but you got to be around, like, I don't know if Tom and Christina have kids.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They do?
Yeah, they got 2 boys.
Yeah. They're young enough to be there still.
Yeah.
Okay. And they probably loved Kobe Bryant too, much like many people did, apparently. Kobe Bryant? Not O'Brien. Do you know that person? Kobe Bryant?
Yeah, isn't he like a basketball player or something?
I think he's a basketball hoop man. Yeah, he was like the big basketball man who died in... When was it he died again? 2020?
Yeah, oh yeah, I know what you're going to talk about.
Helicopter attack.
I know what you're going to talk about. Fuck Kobe Bryant. He's a rapist.
So, let me just read out the actual tweet, because I made a note of it for you.
It wasn't even just a tweet, he did a fucking video
Yeah,
as well.
I'll get to that. Kobe Bryant died 24 years too late today. He got away with rape he got away with R-wording.
Yeah.
What he said it, but because all the Hollywood liberals who attack comedy enjoy rooting for the Lakers more than they dislike R-wording. Big ups to the hero. R-wording's rape, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Big ups to the hero who forgot to gas up his chopper. I hate the Lakers. What a great day. # fuck the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume that he also played for the Lakers.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
I'm going to assume
he
that.
did, yeah.
And if, you know what though? If he actually is someone who got away with rape, I don't hate the tweet. I don't hate it.
What technically happened with Kobe Bryant is that he was having sex with someone and he said, do you mind if I put it in your butt? And she said, no, I don't want you to put it in my butt. And he put it in their butt.
Oh, that can't be what it is.
That's what it is. And then Ari said, okay, here's what would happen. If Kobe Bryant is behind me and I say to him, look, Kobe, while we're doing this, no part of you can go inside my butthole, okay? I don't want your dick anywhere inside me.
Right.
And then if he does that and he puts his dick inside me, that's rape.
Yeah, but it makes it sound different than what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, but at the same time,
I don't know if I'd guess that as rape if it's more of an accident. If you're holding them and making them do it.
Oh, the thing is, he kept doing the butthole stuff, even though she didn't want the butthole stuff. There's
the idea of, like, you know, if you're banging someone, like somebody you're with or something, like if you're testing the water and they're not stopping you, that's also. You know what I mean? When you're trying to do anal for the first time, you'll poke it a little bit, and if they're not stopping you, then it's like, oh, okay, they're cool.
Yeah, but she did specifically say she didn't want it.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. That's the difference
yeah.
when it gets to that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, yeah, she actually doesn't want it, okay.
Yeah. And that's what Ari's whole thing is about.
So I'm just trying to have a look now if that actually is like all it. Is that all the rape charges apparently what it is then? Is that all it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So a 19-year-old hotel employee accused Bryant of raping her in his hotel room on July the 1st.
Yeah.
No. She filed a police report and authorities questioned Bryant about bruising on the accuser's neck. He admitted to a sexual encounter with his accuser, but he said it was consensual. The case was dropped after Bryant's accuser refused to testify in case. A separate civil suit was later filed against him by the woman, and the suit was settled out of court and included him publicly apologising to the accuser, the and the family, while also denying the allegations.
Yeah.
So it's not an bum poking. It's an actual someone accusing him of rape.
Yeah. Okay. That's more.
But at the same time, but why he settled out of court makes it seem like he's guilty.
It does.
But at the same time, he might just do that to try and maybe it didn't pick up that much traction. He's just trying to keep it quiet. You don't know.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Very
to
hard.
Say. It is difficult to say.
When somebody is willing as well to settle out of court, like as in the victim,
yeah,
it's kind of like, well, what was more important, stopping it from happening to somebody else or money?
Yeah,
it's kind of a hard grey area for me when it happens.
It's difficult. It's a very difficult subject.
But at the same time, if they think they're not going to get anything out of it, then why shouldn't they at least get paid?
Yeah, true.
It goes both ways, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
But let's have a little look, because obviously he got a lot of backlash for that video.
Yes, he did.
For the tweet, sorry.
Yeah.
And then, as you alluded to, he then put out a video, doubling down on it.
Doubling the fuck down.
As I've always said, I respect people that will go out of their way to be a dickhead. be unapologetically be a dickhead.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, why are you putting this target on yourself?
Yeah.
Read the room, man. Read the room.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
I think he purposely
he actively goes the other way.
He's like the Andrew Tate level of. He was the originator of the Andrew Tate level version of getting clicks. Be a dick, do controversial stuff.
He wasn't the originator. He definitely developed some new skills.
Because I mean, this does all talk about how after a lot of stuff died down, he had even more eyes on him.
Yeah,
his specials did even better because more people were knowing him now.
They just knew the name Ari Shaffir. They didn't know what context. They just knew the name.
And the people that did know it as well, because this is around the time when everybody was apparently getting really annoyed by cancel culture in comedy.
Yeah.
And he was just somebody that, no matter what, he was like a Donald Trump, and he was just refusing to be cancelled.
It's like, you did this, you goddamn right I did. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
The shit he does, man. He should be cancelled over and over again.
Yeah, yeah.
Even some stuff we haven't got to yet. Let's have a look at this video then. This is him doubling down again.
After catching a huge wave of criticism from his tweet, he shortly doubled down with a video.
As I know, there's always a lot of hate, pain in the world, and there's always a bunch of terrible stories. And every once in a while, there's a good story. A good story comes out. The guy who got away with got his today.
It is amazing, the happiness in his face. I do appreciate what he does, though, man. I get it.
Yeah.
And if he really believes he's a rapist too, then why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
It. He's brave for doing it because he has to know what's going to
No one's going to be okay with it. Yeah.
But if he doesn't live on Facebook, which he obviously doesn't live on social media, he's not one of them people. You're not going to see.
He just uses it as a tool,
and
then doesn't look back.
Yeah, which is probably the best way for your mental health to use it.
Yeah,
it's I'm not angry about this myself.
No, this is just fun.
Yeah.
Kd
Even if
Bryant
it was a wrestler or something that I liked, if they had some
here
stuff
in Charlotte,
like that,
the home of the team that
It
originally
literally happened on the day.
If they
maybe
had
you wouldn't
put that to their name, though, then you, as much as you like the person, you like what they did for the team.
Yeah,
you need to accept that was part of them too.
Yeah.
A lot of them obviously make the point about the daughter that died.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him mention the daughter once.
No, he doesn't mention the daughter once. He's literally just talking about Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. I'm sure. Well, I don't know, but hopefully, I say hopefully, it matters. But I haven't seen him actually talk about the door yet.
No.
Raped that chick in Denver if he had stayed in Charlotte with the Hornets.
Most people had no idea who Ari Shaffir was. Now he was known as the guy who mocked Kobe Bryant's death. The comedy community addressed his comments.
There were children. Part of it, I thought, the fact that this is actually the comedians replied to him.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I have learned, and we've learned a lot, that comedians definitely get arse hurt more than regular people normally.
Yeah, some comedians love to jump on a fucking bandwagon.
Yeah.
They don't half enjoy it.
I saw some videos about a few different British comics talking about the comedy scene.
Yeah,
and it's not positive.
No,
the UK comedy scene has got a bad name. I didn't realise this.
It's not good.
It's not just. It's not just
because
myself.
It's dead at the bottom, and then you struggle to get to the middle. And then once you're at the middle point, then you're in a group of hundreds of other people who are all regularly doing bits on the circuit. And it takes some miraculous bolt of lightning to suddenly lift you up into the fucking public consciousness.
I think there's a lot of toxic people as well, though. I think that's a bit why you talk about in it too. There's these people at the middle, in the middle parts that are just... They're not trying to build people up and all that.
Yeah,
they're just safe for themselves.
They just want to knock people down so that they can climb higher.
The thing's exactly that I've experienced. You've heard me bitch about.
No, it's not a good place. It's a dog eat dog world in there at the moment.
Yeah, I know you've seen a lot of it too.
Yeah, and they will tear you apart if they think it gives them a little bit of extra fucking credo.
Yeah. It's just tiring more than anything. Right now, I'm still very much myself right now, struggling to get gigs. I've been getting turned down again.
Yeah,
it's annoying, but eventually.
I mean,
those people will die before me anyway. That old bastard. Sorted.
Children that died.
I
so
do.
It's just
I've always said this now. Pretty much if it wasn't if like mom died, you know, like tomorrow or something, then I would probably think about then going to America.
Yeah.
Doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because the
It's
boys
really
I can bring
hard
them
to
over,
get into America, though.
as in physically be allowed to go there.
Yeah. Ludicrously fucking hard.
I do
Their
already
visa
have
program is fucking annoyingly difficult, and it costs thousands to apply, and then you might well just be told no anyway, and then you got to apply again. And
yeah, that's the issue. It seems a lot easier. The easiest way of doing it, I guess, is going to get somewhere here first, and then.
The best way to do it is the easiest way to do it is to work for a company that will then pay for you to work in an American side of their company.
Yeah. To be fair, we don't need to. It's just
or
around
getting
the UK
$500,000. If you can own $500,000, you can quite easily buy your way in by investing in certain contracts.
Oh, $500,000 to spend then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no,
cool.
yeah, you have to invest it in stuff.
I'll call Mr. Beast, fine.
But you could just live off that interest and be fine. You'd be all right.
Well, you wouldn't get interest if you're spending it, would you?
No, you invest it in
and
things,
then
you get stuff back. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If it goes well.
Yeah.
But, you know, you'd be smart about this
Yeah.
thing. You don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
We learned this.
But they tell you specifically the kind of things that they want you to sort of be investing money in.
Oh, gee, that's a bit fucking sketchy, isn't it? It's a bit sus.
Yeah.
Come over here if you do.
But
that's
it is
what
an
you
easy
want.
way to get a visa. It's a good way to get a visa.
Easier way is to just marry some American broad.
Yeah.
That's what my friend did.
Yeah.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody he's been seeing for like a year. He went to college, university there for a year.
Yeah.
He did it last year in America. Met a girl there, and they decided to get married so that he could stay there.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He eventually broke up. He's now like, you know, a young person who's got a divorce on his record.
Yeah.
If you want to put it like that. But hey, at least it's like, as I remember being very young when I was in school and thinking, in the same sense that it's not that bad being a young person who's got a kid.
Yeah.
Proves that you've had sex, man.
Yeah.
That's how my mind is.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember having that.
Yeah. Because my one mate legitimately had a kid when we was in school still.
Yeah, so, well, that proves it.
Yeah, you've had sex at least, man.
Yeah. Everyone knows.
Yeah, you've got that. It's like, it means nothing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means nothing at all.
Yeah. But it's still,
But it's still.
Yeah.
It's the same thing about being married. Proves you probably had sex. You had to consummate that shit.
Yeah.
See more people complain about Ari.
Yeah.
It's too much to joke about. It's too much. You know, I was like, it's too much.
Doing f***ed up jokes.
Too much,
I
man.
won't judge you.
I love that. Like, Theo wanted to say something, but he didn't have a clue what to say.
Yeah.
It's just Theo all over that.
Yeah, I mean, there was another one as well. There was fucking... Oh, what was it?
I hate it for Mike Rappaport. He's a dick.
Because Gilbert Gottfried did a joke about 9/11 on 9/11.
Oh, okay.
And all of these people would still defend, you know, Gilbert Gottfried for that. And it's that thing. It's like comedy plus tragedy plus time equals comedy. Yeah. So the thing is, even if you do the joke too early at one point, to us now, we're looking back on it, it's like, it doesn't seem that that, you know,
because
that ridiculous.
To us, the time has gone.
Yeah.
Already, so to us, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But
so we're looking at it directly from and I remember reading about it first, going like, oh, that seems a bit too far, and then listening to Ari talk about it and being like, oh no, actually, I do kind of get it. That's sort of that's a fucked up thing
and
that happened.
especially at the time, every conversation would be about 9/11. So maybe at that point, having somebody make a bit of light of it what they needed to.
Yeah, that's what people need sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
And you can have
Gilbert Gottfried doesn't mean bad by anything anyway.
No. You can
Gilbert
have
Gottfried, man.
Yeah, you can have a problem with it, but the fact is, it's still a joke, and it is still funny to people. So therefore, it is a joke. It works.
Oh man, dark humor is one of the ones that legitimately like gets me and actually helps me through things. I make jokes about my own shit, man.
Yeah, you need dark humor.
Yeah, it's honest humor because most
sometimes
shit
you have
is dark.
it's a tough time out there.
Yeah, the world is not all rainbows and
butt shines.
Yeah, that's actually quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
The
old butt shines. Yeah.
I don't understand how that's one other thing I forgot about this. Like, Ari did in the end do a kind of an apology video, as near as an apology video for Ari Shaffir anyway.
As he could, yeah.
What was it again? I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. Yeah, by pointing out that he does it when every celebrity dies.
Yeah, that's what he talks about. Yeah,
it's not actually Kobe. He's necessarily.
Yeah, he does it all the time. It's just that everyone got butthurt over.
And this
Kobe,
guy was
so
he
doubled down.
rapist too, so he was like, he didn't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Like if I went through his history and he legitimately did all that, because I do find it hilarious.
Yeah.
When somebody dies, a celebrity,
and everyone just licks their arsehole.
Talking about him like they loved him, like
even the people who fucking hated him. It's like, oh, he was such a lovely man.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off.
It's like a lot of people won't do that with like people in their own family.
No.
Like they'll still talk about that, like the granddad who was a dick.
Yeah,
like,
he was still an arsehole, wasn't he? Yeah, he was.
That's because he gets no clout for them.
Yeah.
But online, on the Facebook, man, guess what? The clouty baby.
That fucking
act.
Oh, that fucking sweet clout. Them delicious likes.
They are. That's it, man. It's so. Ugh.
It's gross, isn't it?
It is proper gross. I mean, I still am not sure whether to ever go on it. I won't. I never want to go on X, but
yeah.
I like you hear some people talk about that, and it's like I'm glad I'm not on that.
Yeah,
seems like another one. That's
seems
just
like another
bad.
one that's just a pain in the arse. And
especially now, like I appreciate freedom of speech. I think we should have freedom of speech. Doesn't mean I have to be on there to look at this.
Yeah, the thing is, they all become the fucking same homogenised shit anyway.
Well, apparently there's a lot of fucked up shit on
Again,
X now, isn't there? Because you can put anything.
Yeah, but it's like what we were talking about TikTok and stuff like that. It's like it's all, it's just it all devolves into the same stuff eventually. You know.
You see, like the thing about Putin. I don't know if it was Putin actually, but like the Soviet era things at the time, talking about like a long campaign of like turning America against itself and that, like with these kind of things like social media and all that. And it's kind of eerie how it has gone that way.
Yeah, it does work.
The amount of Russian bots as well.
Russian bots that directly try and cause conflict between other people.
It's kind of ironic as well, though, because I think at the same time they're helping, because it kind of, to me, looks like America, for example, plenty of other countries do it too, want the people to be arguing between themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Because it takes the attention away from themselves.
Yeah.
It just seems to be a basic thing.
And they can do what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to be thinking about the government if everything's... Ugh.
Oh, hang on a sec, sorry.
It's alright. I'll mention the next thing now anyway, which would be the one that everybody would probably already be aware of anyway, would be the fact that Ari Shaffir loves dosing people.
Yeah. It's not a great look, Ari. Oh, by the way, I'm probably going to have to pop off about 10. Is that still going? Yeah, cool.
This is the last bit of this anyway, technically.
Cool.
Because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking about Christ, you think?
Oh no, he's done it before.
It's not. He's admitted to it a few times.
Yeah, he's done it a few times where he's decided to drop MDMA or LSD into someone's thing. There's a video of him doing it at one point.
Oh, you know about leading a skank for any chance?
Yeah.
I've got it on here. We can put it on now if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that because this is a particular. To be fair, it was a counter.
Yeah, so I got Louis Gomez, one of the people on it, decided he wanted to dose Ari with a tab of acid to get his own back because he'd already done it at someone at this point. However, Shane Gillis knew about it and he didn't think Shane Gillis would say anything, but Shane Gillis had to give him a heads up.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't realise how much Ari had done it in the past.
So he switched beers.
He switched beers. So why wouldn't he give it to the guy who dosed him or one of the other people that, does it anyway? He gave it to the guy that doesn't do that shit at all.
Yeah.
And the look of fear in his face when he tells him as well. Let me find the video because I didn't actually put the time code down. I know it should be here somewhere. Yeah, it's just after this. Yeah. Okay, it's him telling the story. Let's let him tell the story actually.
Yeah.
I gave it to my employee. I was like, make sure this gets in Ari Shaffir's beer. Okay, just put a tab of acid in his beer. Now, I f***ed up and I told Shane, thinking that Shane... look, I get that he's on Team Ari, but at the same time, it's pretty goddamn funny to dose Ari Shaffir with acid on Legion of Skanks. Yeah. Let us just do it.
All right.
Let us do it. I assumed
everybody would be rooting for when he comes to getting dosed.
It would be Ari. Yeah.
The only person, man.
That Shane would just let it happen because that is the absolute funniest scenario.
Ari soon found out about Luis Gomez's plan, and instead of pouring the drink out, he decided to slide the drug drink to fellow comedian Big J Okerson. You might be thinking Ari was just getting someone back for drugging him, but what Ari did was dose someone who suffers from anxiety and does not take acid. And as you can imagine, Big J...
Everybody suffers from anxiety.
Yeah.
Look at that. He had some fucking anxiety there though when he realised.
Wasn't very happy about the situation.
No.
Many of the diehard...
There's no worried about what happened afterwards, like, you know, how it went and all that.
Yeah.
But he's leading the skanks, but he's not going to try and, like, get him screwed over for it, you know.
No.
And he was in response, but Bert Kreischer wasn't.
Yeah, no.
That one was just fucked up. Like, he knew his kids were there. He walked in and apparently shook both the daughter's hands, which is strange anyway.
Yeah.
But maybe he gave them some acid too, I don't know.
Yeah. Apparently that was a getting him back for something that had happened somewhere as well. But
he said that at some point, didn't he, when he was in the podcast?
Yeah.
But that makes it sound so fucking worse.
It's not great.
The fact he had like a flight the next day and stuff too.
Yeah.
And all of it to go into it just makes it messed up, man. Like,
it's just not cool.
I mean,
it's not a cool thing to do to your friend.
No.
I
think probably Bert Kreischer's character that he portrays probably didn't help the situation because maybe he thought, I don't know, maybe he thought he'd be more okay with it.
No, I don't think so.
Machine and all that. Oh, party man.
They've hung out a lot. They know each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's letting him in his house and stuff. That's... Why would you do that, man?
Yeah.
I couldn't ever imagine doing that to somebody. Like, even if it was somebody that regularly, you know, that was used to it.
Yeah.
Even then, it's like, I mean, first of all, that's just expensive.
Yeah.
Secondly, I'm about to say you don't know what it is, but he apparently did know where he got it from. That's not really important, but you at least want to know that it's not got some fucked up shit in it, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is good too. But it doesn't matter. He's still dosing a fucking guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find some positives. So,
yeah, no, you don't have to.
I feel like I need to.
Again, this is the thing. I can acknowledge that Ari Shaffir is a bit of a loose cannon.
Yeah, a little bit.
But by God, he gets results.
Yeah, and he has admitted to doing it at least a few times. So to me, that means at least 3 times.
Yeah.
So that's 2 times that we know of.
Yeah.
And he might not even class the leading the skank ones as him dosing somebody because he just swerved the dosing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would not be surprised to learn in a few years Ari Shaffir was like, I don't know, killed someone.
That's possible.
I would not be surprised.
It's possible.
More so
him than most other comedians.
Yeah. And more so I'm talking like, killed him 10 years ago and gets found out now.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be an emotional response.
Yeah, no. It'd been something that he'd have covered up really well.
He learned from Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
He learned not to, you
not
gotta
to be
think
obvious
about
it.
Yeah. Maybe he still hasn't forgiven Bobby Lee.
Yeah, maybe not.
I love Bobby Lee though, man. How could you ever want to hurt Bobby Lee?
I don't know.
Like, I know, I get
He
it.
does seem like a
Yeah.
He does seem like a pain in the arse sometimes.
Especially when he was younger.
Yeah.
Like when him as a younger Bobby Lee, he definitely fully reminds you of somebody I know. He's a fucking nose.
Yeah.
Like the guy in particular I'm on about isn't like one of my main friend groups or anything. He's a lovely. He means well enough.
Yeah.
He means well.
But he's still a pain in the
He's
arse.
a fucking nose, man. Just
Yeah, just a fucking genuine pain in the crevice.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Yeah, and I totally imagine younger Bobby Lee to be that.
Yeah.
I like older Bobby Lee now.
He's
Bad
trying,
Bobby
but
Lee.
everything he tries to do, he fucks up, and then that means you've got to fix the thing you fucked up. And
yeah, he's like 50 something now, and he's like now really starting to trying to understand his mind.
Yeah.
Despite the fact he was going through rehab when he was like a kid.
Yeah, maybe try then.
Yeah, you'd think he would.
Yeah,
they would do that.
Yeah.
But no, apparently not.
No.
Because
some people it takes a while for them to look in the mirror, mate.
Yeah, I suppose, man. Apparently his dad like proper like fucking abused the shit out of him as well.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee to be fair might be another good person to look at because people have got some. I swear, there's a few people on like some of the reactor people on Facebook, on YouTube and stuff. Some of the ones that like comment on like comedy stuff and pop culture in general.
Yeah.
They just constantly every now and then we'll go in on Bobby Lee to try and get him done for something, cancelled for something.
Yeah.
He still just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Just leave him alone.
Leave the little boy alone.
Leave the little guy alone.
Yeah.
You can't be angry that he banged Kalila. She was attractive. You can't help it.
He took his opportunity.
Yeah. He shouldn't have kept her around forever, and he still keeps her around. Poor guy.
Weird. Yeah.
I think he just generally likes having her around, but he also doesn't want to be with her. It seems like it seems genuine.
Yeah. It's weird.
I mean, I suppose we should. I remember how he said it at one time. Like he was saying, it's more of a insult to everybody saying it's weird the fact that he can continue being friends with an ex.
Yeah.
That he was like great friends with to the point that they were going to get married and all that.
Yeah.
And I get that concept because after, like, you know, sometimes you're forced to do that when you're co-parenting, when you break up.
Yeah.
But then if one side can't do that, then that's the fucking immature dickheaded
That
side.
becomes a problem, yeah.
Yeah, which is, you know, I've seen that side.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that. Still seeing it regularly.
It's a thing.
Regularly.
It's a real thing.
It's a goddamn real thing.
Yeah.
Men and women do it too.
It's true.
I'm sorry, y'all women are probably quicker to do it. Yeah. I think it's the annoyance of not having a penis.
I think there's something. I think women forget sometimes. Like, yes, there is the whole bear meeting a man in the, or you know, do you want to be a bear or a man in the woods, all that kind of thing. Yeah, we get that.
What?
Have you not heard of that?
Do you want to be eaten by a bear or a
No,
man?
no.
in the woods? Neither.
There's women saying, would you rather meet a bear or a man in the woods?
What kind of question is that?
So I'm assuming you're saying you'd want to meet a man, right? Yeah.
Well, I suppose, I don't know. What kind of bear are we talking about, though?
Oh, a bear just a bear, a straight up bear.
It's a koala bear.
No, not a koala bear, a bear,
Okay,
a big bear.
Panda?
No.
Yeah, that'd be chill. I don't think
A
that'd
proper
have to work.
bear. A proper
Like a
fucking
polar
bear.
Yeah, I can't remember which of the brown bear or the black bear is the bad one, but the bad
Brown
one.
bear, yeah.
The evil one.
Big brown
yeah.
bear.
Well, obviously, I'd rather meet the fucking man.
Yeah. Women, loads of women have said the opposite.
But no, they're fucking dumb.
And here we go. Yes, I knew that would be the thing.
Well, do you not agree? No, I'm fucking idiots
The
in that
thing is,
case.
There
can't be any kind of
I think objectively, if you look at it, yes, absolutely. I would rather
objectively
meet
and factually in every manner.
But I do understand what some people say when they're saying it's not about what the bear's going to kill you. Yes, the bear might kill you. It's like, if you come across the wrong man, say a Dharma, it's going to be a lot worse. But the thing is...
No, I don't know about that.
The thing
Bears
is...
are fucked. They will keep you alive as long as possible in the little fridges they make.
Yeah.
Ripping you apart bit by bit.
Yeah.
That seems
that's
straight
a lot
up
worse,
Dharma level.
right? Yeah.
And that's every bear.
Yeah.
Whereas the chance of getting a Dharma, very fucking rare.
This is
especially
my
in the
point.
middle of a fucking forest.
This is my point. The percentage chance is very, very slim.
Very slim.
You're most likely going to be fine.
And even that Dharma, you need to be the top level of terrible to even get close to the bear.
Yeah.
And you can still hit Dharma on the head.
Yeah.
You can knock him out.
Yeah.
You do something.
You cannot fucking
bear.
do anything to a bear. No, you can't punch a bear out. You can't hide from a bear because the bear will smell where you are.
And I know you were trying to say, like, you know, even when you get sexually assaulted, I'm sorry, the bear might sexually assault you too.
Yeah.
There's no, SA. You might SA you and then it'll unalive you.
Yeah.
You want to be protected from the bubble there. You're going to be protected from the bear's bubble.
No.
Bear's bubble will bubble your bits out.
Yeah.
My God. I'm hot about this now.
Yeah.
Women are dumb. Any women that think that,
This has basically been the general male consensus, I think. And then there's a load of people saying, like, oh, no, you don't understand. You just got to listen to it. And I do get the point that they're trying to make.
No, I'm sorry. No, I don't.
No,
they're fucking dumb.
I get the point.
I understand the words that they're saying and the point they think they have.
Yeah, this is it. I understand the point they're trying to make. I don't think they've made it very well.
I understand the point that Hamas are trying to make.
Yeah.
I understand the point that Putin's trying to make.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's the fair point.
No.
Doesn't mean any shit.
No.
It's a fucking bear, you idiots. My God. You wonder... Oh.
Yeah.
You wonder why people say that women
Would you
dumb.
rather be... Now, if you're in a forest, would you rather meet a bear or Ari Shaffir?
So now we got a conversation.
Now we got a conversation.
I wish people would just pop out of a tunnel anyway. In the jungle.
Just fucking Superman punch you out of a tunnel.
He'd be fast as well, I reckon. He's got long limbs, man.
Oh, he does, yeah.
And I heard something about...
he's got that reach.
I heard something about certain Jewish people can, like, summon a magic carpet too. I don't know how to do that. It wasn't a reliable source I heard it from.
No,
I don't know.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work?
No, I've tried it. Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't
God
work.
damn it, you lied to me.
Work. Yeah.
It might have been Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Disney, I'm not sure.
Don't know.
Or Doctor Who.
Doctor Who?
I don't remember Doctor Who being that racist.
No.
Definitely not now.
That would be a very different show if it wasn't a fucking flying telephone box. It was just a fucking magic carpet.
Just a doctor just surfing out.
Yeah. We're going to 1968.
Have you started watching the new series of that at all?
No.
Did you ever watch Doctor Who?
I watched it for a bit when it first came back. I watched the Tennant years and I watched the Eccleston years beforehand. I watched a little bit of the Matt Smith and I was just like, it's not my flavour.
There was great things about that. About Matt Smith. They ruined it at first. They quickly
corrected
it. Like as soon as those Daleks appeared, the multicoloured Teletubby Power Ranger Daleks.
Yeah. The thing is, I couldn't get back into it, and ever since then,
I love Matt Smith.
Yeah, ever since then though, I've just not got.
It's fell off since then, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Peter Capaldi, I was excited for, and I think he wasn't very good. Jodie Whittaker, I think she was good as a Doctor,
but the writing was atrocious.
Yeah. And then this is pretty much where we are now. Obviously, David Tennant when he came back, that's always going to be great.
Yeah.
And they put him with freaking Catherine Tate, the most entertaining duo of them all.
I cannot stand.
I remember you saying this. You're in the minority there.
I cannot.
When it comes to Doctor Who as well,
and
I'm not on about Catherine Tate in general. I'm on about
even then.
Donna
I can't
Noble.
stand it. I can't do it.
I like the new
all the best to you, by the way. You know, if you like her, if you are her, please enjoy your time. But
you're making bank.
I just cannot stand it. And when she turned up in the office,
yeah, that was a shock.
Fucking hell, that was so painful for me. I was like,
her character
Jesus.
wasn't great to begin with.
Yeah, it wasn't great to begin with, and then they've got Catherine Tate to play, and just all of the energy just sucks out of the TV whenever she's on the screen in that show.
When she comes back, though,
it's like just
when she comes back and works in the proper Stanton office, though.
She had one or two good bits, but for the most part, they just didn't really use her.
But isn't it already coming to the end of the show by that point? Actually,
basically,
she was one of the few good things I think by the end of
I
it.
don't know.
She was in it till the end.
I don't know,
but it had already gone away from Michael Scott. I think at that point it was hanging on
for a while. Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but there were things I enjoyed about it afterwards, but I did not enjoy Catherine Tate at all in that. There's I don't know what it is. There's something about her that I find so, inauthentic.
Yeah.
It's just, there is no authenticity to what she's doing. Like, she's saying the words and she's doing the thing.
She can do the funny.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't believe any of it. I don't
she
believe
can do the
any
funny,
of it.
but you don't really feel like she is this character she's portraying it as.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, though, at the same time with Doctor Who, something in that worked for her, though, where it did feel...
I didn't dislike her in Doctor Who. That's the one thing that I was like, actually, I can get around it, and I can enjoy the show.
Especially,
with
what
her
about the original, when you first saw her, was it any different then? Because she was in that Christmas special.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that. No.
Okay. I don't remember that per se as much.
Yeah.
I remember later on when she was a regular.
Yeah, no, I didn't vibe with it much, but
Bradley Walsh disappointed me when he popped up in it for the series.
Yeah,
because the writing was shit in that series.
Again, it's like if you give actors shit, they're not really going to be able to do much with it.
Yeah, and the rest of the companions in that, there was too many companions, and none of them were any good.
Yeah, but, it was just they just kept collecting them like Pokemon.
Yeah, this new thing's kind of happened now though. Is that because in the one episode that David Tennant was in again, he did something, such a mundane thing that meant nothing at the time.
Yeah.
He put a line of salt down so that these one aliens couldn't cross it until they counted all the salt.
Right.
It's like an old wives' tale thing.
Yeah.
But it worked on them. Because of where he did it, it was on the edge of the universe or some shit.
Yeah.
He let in myth and gods and all this supernatural stuff into the world. So now they've got all these kind of things popping up. And the toy maker made them bi-generate. So you got David Tennant still off living with Catherine Tate somewhere now. Yeah, David Tennant Doctor is living with Catherine Tate at home, just relaxing, being living on Earth man.
A man of leisure.
Just being a Time Lord of leisure. While at the same time, the new Time Lord, I can't remember his fucking name.
Which you're following along with is now the.
He's now like carrying on doing the stuff that David Tennant used to do. That. It's basically, to me, it says that they've got this David Tennant break glass in case.
Isn't River Song supposed to be like David Tennant's daughter or like?
No, River Song was her wife, his wife.
Oh right.
River Song's his wife, but she was also Amy Pond's daughter. Remember Amy and
Oh,
Rory
right,
in that series?
okay.
She was their daughter. You find out at the end. Some shit like that, anyway. But can
you put a little thing over so that I can do a?
I'll put the.
It's 2:15.
Yeah, I just kind of blur the bottom of the screen, and that fucking works perfectly. I try to be as not, as in people's face with all the editing as much now.
Yeah.
Try and keep it a bit more. The thing is, when you said about doing the bar like more minimal, it kind of made me think about it like that more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, minimal's good.
Yeah. You want to do more stuff just because you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of time minimal is just better.
What was I saying? Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to shoot off fairly soon, so just gonna.
But I mean, I would recommend checking out the new Doctor Who though, because it's I don't know if you've seen, it's literally gone back to like season 1, episode 1 now.
Yeah.
So they tried to reboot it without actually rebooting it.
Yeah, it's a slightly different Doctor, but it's not a different Doctor.
Yeah, in some ways.
Yeah.
But now they got the Disney money in there.
Yeah.
It's the idea is now you can watch it without having to watch the previous stuff to know what's going on. It's not true, really.
Yeah, no.
It's just not going to... I guess it's just not going to be carrying on with that stuff.
For me, to a certain extent, Doctor Who is the Simpsons of sci-fi.
Yeah, I get that.
It's one of the first ones that came out there, and it's sort of been running long enough now that, yeah, you can keep it running as an institution, but also no one would really miss it if it was gone.
Yeah.
There's enough out there that you could watch it forever and still not get bored of it.
I think people would be...
Can I borrow the globe again?
Globe?
Watch it.
I think at the same time, though, people would be very up for it to be written well again.
Yeah.
Especially American audience.
There, do you want?
Huh?
There's still some in there.
Was that my one?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see. How much is this? Just use it, a bit easier.
You sure?
Yeah, it's not that much anyway.
I'll try and leave roughly the same amount in there.
It don't matter.
But yeah, Doctor Who.
Yeah. I think enough people would be up for it being good again. It's one of even with the Simpsons, I think people would still. Oh, that's kind of past its point now.
To be fair, I've been watching the Simpsons all the way through with Matilda.
Oh wow, okay.
And we are now on series 29.
Oh wow.
Right, so we've been watching it for a while, and we've still not actually gotten bored of it.
Yeah, it changes with the times.
Yeah, there are genuinely good episodes all the way up through the series.
Yeah,
and even the ones that aren't that great
are entertaining.
Yeah, they've got bits in them that are funny.
I went through. I had a theory with all Simpsons because I used to properly love it.
Yeah,
I noticed that the whole time up until the movie coming out, the episodes weren't very fucking good.
Yeah,
the movie comes out, questionable. How good it was, but from then onwards, the episodes were so much better to me. So they had everything going back into the episodes again.
There was something that happened as well where animation became a thing that writers were actually interested in doing. They weren't just doing Family Guy because that was the job that they could get.
Yeah.
They were doing Family Guy because it's Family Guy.
Yeah, it got big. It still is.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with The Simpsons as well. People will go and write for The Simpsons because it's holy shit, I could have The Simpsons on my fucking resume.
Yeah.
I am not going to miss out on having The Simpsons on my fucking resume.
Very true. So also, as well, weirdly now, it's the way that a lot of people look at WWE.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
It's once something becomes a big enough institution, it will stick around. It's this is why Doctor Who
can go in waves as well.
Yeah, this is why Doctor Who's still going to stick around. It will never die now. It has got to the point now where it has lived for so long, it will always be a thing. Yeah. It's Law and Order has lived for so long, it will always be a thing. There will always be at least one type of Law and Order show running.
You could have said that about CSI. Is that still a thing?
I think there are still. Yeah. I think NCIS is the one that's actually sort of taken over from that, though. Really.
Yeah. Because that's the same kind of thing. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that's the same thing. I don't know how they. I never actually watched CSI and all that. I was more in Criminal Minds and stuff. That was
yeah.
I like that sort of profiling. Psychology, as always, for me, I'm always more interested in than the evidence and all that. I'm even though ironically, when it comes to true stories, I'm more interested in the evidence and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I suppose it's because you can't really ever know for sure what's going on in these people's minds.
Yeah, I mean...
In a show you can, because I'll tell you. But in real life, you can only go by the evidence. It's the only thing you really know for sure.
One of my favourite CSI episodes I ever saw, it was one where like there were these two guys who were both potentially the murderer. And they were both linked by this little girl. And it turns out in the end, the little girl has actually machinated the whole thing. She's got one of the guys to kill this person.
Oh, wow.
And take the blame.
God, man, it really did a number on it, didn't it, seeing Ari Shaffir's dick?
Yeah.
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
fucked her up.
Did a number on that girl.
Did a number on it. That's how psychopathy transfers.
Yeah, by visual penis
dick,
looking.
It's by looking at someone's dick. If
No
you look at
touch
someone's
needed.
dick,
Yeah.
you might become a psychopath.
Maybe the more you do it, though, you less psychopathic you become. Like, you transfer it away.
Yeah, the more you transfer your dick out.
Yeah.
That's why flashes are always there. And in fact, we should be letting flashes get on with it.
Realistically.
Because they're just diluting the psychopathy out across more people. You know?
Yeah, it's got to go across. It's like a wave. You've got to let it through at some point. Like chickenpox, you've got to experience it.
You can actually see it happen sometimes. Sometimes they'll get to a point where the psychopathy completely leaves them mid-flashing. And they'll just be like, oh, what am I doing? Oh, God.
That's why Bobby Lee is such an empathetic person now.
Yeah.
He's got his dick out far
just
too much.
So much.
I mean, it's a bit of a part of his act.
That dick has been seen by thousands of people.
Yeah. I've seen that dick, I think.
Yeah.
Probably, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's probably
got to have
easy
been on
to
programs.
It's pretty easy to find. Have you ever seen the Willem Dafoe dick?
What?
There's a video out there somewhere on the internet of Willem Dafoe in this like avant-garde piece.
Right.
And he's dancing around with his dick out.
See.
And it is honestly like a fucking Pringles can.
Oh.
It is huge, his dick.
Well, it makes sense that you do that if you, are you really going to do that kind of scene if you got a little toucher? Even if you're a grower, not a shower.
Grower, not a shower, yeah.
Because, it's obvious if you're turning yourself on for it.
Yeah.
Because, but then again, if you got a Pringle can, and that's like...
But it is an enormous...
Was he excited?
No,
it
wasn't.
Sounded like he might have been.
It wasn't. He just had an enormous cock.
I just don't
just
know.
enormous.
I
like
can't know.
Liam
I just don't get it.
Neeson
I can't
cock.
understand it.
Liam Neeson cock size.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now you say that, yeah. I know exactly how big Liam Neeson's cock is.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
Have you not seen... There's a picture.
No.
There's a picture of Liam Neeson and he's drunk on a night out and he's pissed himself a little bit. And the pissing himself starts here.
I don't mean anything.
It really does.
It could have been tucked away and it went down that way.
Because you can see...
The boxes are wet inside.
You can see it as well. You can see...
Not much came out and then it's soaked on the boxers and then it's only when the boxers end that it comes.
And then loads of other people have come up and said...
Trust me, I know that for a fact.
No, women have also said, yeah, he's like a Pringles can. It's too big.
The other part can still be true though because I've done that and I know it's not the case. So.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
There's some other legendarily big cocks in Hollywood. There's Tom
one
Jones.
In WWE
Tom Jones has got a legendarily massive dick.
Actually, the one in WWE is now in Hollywood as well, so I guess he's transferred to Hollywood too.
Is that John Cena?
No, Batista.
Batista's got a giant dick.
It's a constant thing. How big is Batista's dick?
Oh, really?
Apparently,
so he's got a fucking cannon between his
Apparently.
Yeah.
So is the more introverted people, it seems.
It does seem to be. But it's always that way, because like a guy with a big dick, like Idris Elba has apparently got a giant dick.
He got big dick energy.
Yeah. Big dick energy, you just chill.
Yeah.
You just chill.
You don't need it. You don't need to prove anything.
Pete, what's his face? The guy who fucked the Kardashians for a bit.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson, yeah.
He must have.
He's apparently got a big dick.
Because otherwise, I don't understand why people like him if not like what goes into. Because I watched
BDE.
It's not even because he can have like go for hours or something.
No.
It can't be that. Because you see him. Have you watched that video we did with Kevin Hart?
No.
Where that I forget what the fit. With Kevin Hart, each episode is like
and he just collapses.
He's doing like a different thing. Like each episode is like. With him, he was just like moving furniture in the house, helping a family move house.
Yeah,
and he like fully had an asthma attack during the middle of it.
Jesus Christ!
You have to have like oxygen.
Okay, you just lie right on top of me, babe.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, he must just have like a fucking flagpole.
Yeah,
he'll lie down and let him jump on
Apparently, the biggest dick in Hollywood ever was owned by a man called Milton Berle.
My name's so familiar.
And Milton Berle was known as Uncle Milty on the American TV networks. He was on all sorts of shows. He was like a Terry Wogan type figure, that kind of thing.
That's it, yeah.
You know?
National treasure.
Yeah, and apparently he had such a legendarily big dick that other big BDE energy, fucking Tom Jones, at one point he's like, "All right, here, I've heard you've got a giant dick, so we're gonna get our dicks out together, and then we're gonna see who's got the bigger one, right?"
Surely you got to keep it fluffy, because then otherwise you just, you're touching it, you're touching it together.
No, they weren't touching it. But like he got
touching each other.
No, yeah. Anyway, apparently Tom Jones started getting his dick out, and Milton Berle started getting his dick out as well. And before he even finished, he was like, "You know what? You're bigger than I am. That's crazy. That is."
Maybe is somewhere like, because I know there's a certain level. I say I know. One of the things I heard, it might not be true. It might just be some of the people with little dicks told themselves that if you have like more than 12 inches or something, you can't get an erection, or you pass out if you do, because there's too much blood going away from your body.
Yeah, supposedly that is a thing. Supposedly. Yeah.
But is it though? Is that not just what people with little dicks, my brethren, tell ourselves? To me, probably. I was about to say I don't see why anything would be designed like that from an
biological perspective. No, it would be a defect.
But then I'm looking at cats though, and I'm thinking about their fucking
their barbed dick.
Yeah. Nature's
the terrifyingly, horrifyingly nasty thought that a dick on a fucking cat has sharp barbs on it that stick in.
Hooks, man. Yeah. And you think that's bad? Like a cat like that, if that was a boy, the barbs that would be on that. Imagine a fucking tiger.
Yeah.
Imagine getting... You're talking about a bear and whether a man would rape you and R-word you.
Yeah.
A
fucking tiger might.
Tiger, yeah man. It would rape you, and at the same time, it would stuck to you.
Yeah.
So then it would keep doing it.
Yeah.
Eat you or something at the same time.
Just eating you off its dick like a kebab.
Yeah, you go. Dick kebab. Dick bab.
Right. Anyway, the time is 11:10.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to shoot off. Unfortunately,
you need to shoot. Go back to the sticks.
We have told you all about Ari Shaffir. There's probably more crazy shit that's going to happen with Ari Shaffir. In fact, I get the feeling this is one of those ones where we're going to do an Ari Shaffir episode.
Something will happen.
And we'll get some big story about Ari Shaffir come out like days after we've done this. And we'll have to come back and do an update, you know. So we'll see what happens. But regardless...
Let us know who you would like us to do a future
I'm thinking Richard Pryor. That's a good one. There's Bill Hicks. I
don't know anything about him. So
you guys might know people who are even more fucked up than that. If you do, let us know in the comments below.
Some people would say Louis C.K., but I don't think there's that much there personally with that.
It's basically around a series of incidents that are all very similar.
That are pretty
so
chill.
It becomes pretty boring to go over.
I think
it's not really.
It's cut and dry. We all know it's not anything to worry about. There's a man that asked for permission to wank in front of you. If he asked for permission, it's not any kind of. It's literally the opposite of. They literally say, "Did you ask for consent?" Yeah, I did. Did you say no? Yes, you said no. Did you stop then? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. There's no issue here.
Yeah.
It's a nil point.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel very strongly about that.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Right, anyway, so that's squishy logic for today. Always be logical, that's what we always say.
And always be squishy.
Always be squishy, exactly.
But look after yourself. Love thy neighbour.
Yeah.
And love thyself.
Yes.
More so.
Yes.
Regularly.
With your hands.
And ointment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what ointment
Don't want to get chafing. Chafing on a penis is unfair.
Yeah, don't do it after you freshly shave. It's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
But don't let yourself have a wank.
Don't go don't go pulling a pud.
I suppose that's a bad thing about, like you're saying, having sex on a beach. And literally,
it's terrible idea.
with a hood, you're
collecting it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's totally glassy.
Maybe that's why they fuck on beaches more in like, fucking America and places like that.
Just because they got more beaches, you tit.
No, it's because they've just got an uncircumcised cock.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a good point.
Or a circumcised cock, I should say.
Yeah. We've got the uncircumcised. Normal.
Yeah.
We're not mutilating ourselves.
No, we're not cutting off a child's penis.
Well, no. I mean, it'll be ours at the time. We're not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm never doing that. Leave my penis intact. Thank you
well,
very much.
I've got 2 children. If
It
anybody
was evolved
tried to
that way
cut
for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
To keep shit out.
Yeah. And to make it feel a bit better.
Oh, but you can't clean it. You pull it back and you clean it. It's literally, it's one of the easiest things in the world.
It's not hard.
These Americans are out there, they're fucking servicing their AR-15s, tearing apart component by component.
Yeah.
They can't pull a dick back and wash it.
It's because a lot of them are on tour when they're young, which I know. I've had to teach both my children to do this.
Yeah.
Is to, as soon as you start getting to a certain age, like you start regularly pulling it back.
Yeah.
To make sure it's actually enough of
Yeah.
issues later on.
Yeah.
We don't tell them, we're preparing them to be able to have sex properly.
No, but that's what you're doing.
That's what you're doing.
That's what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you don't even need to pull it back a lot of times. You can still do it. It just depends on where you start. The starting point.
I think it's just a good idea to be able to do it, and you know, sometimes like if you are struggling with pulling your dick skin back entirely, one thing you can do is pull it back when you're flaccid. Watch something a little bit raunchy.
Oh yeah,
Let it stretch out a little bit until you feel uncomfortable. Push it back over.
Well, yeah, it's like stretching your ear. Just don't expect it to do.
To do it overnight. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen over a while. But like you should.
And the surgery. If you really need it.
Surgery if you really need it. But at the end of the day, dick maintenance not that hard.
No, it's really not.
Not that hard.
And if it is hard, then you're doing the wrong kind of maintenance.
Yeah, exactly. So stick that in your squishy box and make that logical.
I will try.
Anyway.
Much love. Take care. Peace.
Till next time.
Au revoir.
Yeah.